I was in Austin when you called me. I noticed your voice, it sounded strange. Everything is fine, that's what you told me. But I could tell something had changed. It's been a long time loving you, a long time learning to know exactly how you feel inside. And I knew yesterday what you're gonna say tomorrow, so let me say it for you, goodbye. Everything was fine as I was leaving. Now this damn old road done took its toll. I can't blame you for not believing in a man you only see on the phone. It's been a long time loving you, a long time learning to know exactly how you feel inside. And I knew yesterday what you're gonna say tomorrow. Let me say it for you, goodbye. It's been a long time loving you, a long time learning to know exactly how you feel inside. And I knew yesterday what you're gonna say tomorrow, so let me say it for you, goodbye. It's been a long time loving you, a long time learning to know exactly how you feel inside. And I knew yesterday what you're gonna say tomorrow, so let me say it for you, goodbye. Goodbye.
Hey, everybody. And to just make light of how desperate things have become over at Ghost Ranch as we melt down into a desperate attempt to defend slandering the ever-living hell out of a two-time active duty female war veteran that works for NASA and her entire refugee family. Just a desperate attempt to deflect from it. We got Miss Patty Lynn taking sarcastic comments to an obvious troll out of context and trying to turn them into something real. You see, I had this idiot that was just continually spamming me, wanting to come to my house. So I gave him the address and told him to hurry up. My Viagra ain't going to last long. And then he came back and pretended to be his own daddy. She made a video trying to make it real. Patty, there's only one problem, honey. I don't need Viagra. I can pound nails with my shit still. So that makes the whole thing just a funny ha-ha. You know what I mean? And any of you people that want to pretend to be somebody underage, come on. Okay. I want to share a video with you guys from a blooming comedian, if you will. He's right there with Mike 12 Point with his level of sarcastic humor, and it's damn good stuff. Let me share that with you right now. For any of you guys that want to watch the whole original video, it's called The First Consultation is Free, from a guy called the Gotcha Man. Need you to, all of you, every single one of you, need to go over there, give him a thumbs up, and subscribe. This is some of the best roasting comedy I've seen in a long time, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. And with that being said, I'm going to load her up here.
I've waited, time went by.
Boom! I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Woo! Man, you're going to be a superstar. Okay, now that switch is off, listen up, you stupid motherfuckers. And yeah, I'm talking about the Upchurch family. You stupid motherfuckers. Leave my fucking name out of your mouth.
Gotcha, man.
I can moderate on any channel that I feel like moderating on, and I can say whatever the fuck my opinion is. Ain't that what our whole argument is about? Is people can have an opinion on what's going on? Well, guess what? My opinion is you two are the most hypocritical motherfuckers. I've never seen anybody more hypocritical than you two. Ryan and Patty Lynn, the two most hypocritical motherfuckers on the internet right now. So Ryan can get on here and say, hey, you fat bitch. Hey, you fat whore. Hey, you stupid fuck. Hey, you piece of shit whore. Hey, you stolen valor bitch. He could say all that, and then you get on here, I don't like women being talked to like that, and we gotta stand together. The fuck are you talking about? And Ryan really bump on her lip? That's the route you want to go when you're gonna fucking talk about a woman?
I don't care if people come at me. If you
and try to dog her? You sure that's the route you want to go? That's the joke you want to stick with? Huh? All right. And listen, dude, it doesn't matter what you put out or how much you try to drive down or how much you try to punch down or how many fucking ignorant minion dope fucks that you put on your channel in a panel that's willing to just fucking suck your nuts for a few subscribers. Nobody's going to forget the fact that you said that fucking girl wasn't real. Not a single person is going to fucking forget that you said this poor little girl who lost her life way too early was not real and that her parents were in on it. So shut the fuck up with this distractive bullshit. I almost forgot. I'm never going to let this one go.
What do you do? Sorry. That's people's work. You can't graffiti here. Don't you walk away from me.
Hey, fuck you.
Oh, you're a clever one. What's your name?
His name's Ryan Upchurch, and he solves equations.
Hang on a second. What A equals?
Yeah, there's math problems.
I want to see what that. I want to look that equation up. It's we wrote so much shit down, dude. All right, that equation was A equals half. A equals half base and height. Area, base, and height.
Yeah.
That's what he does. Wait a minute. What is that? E equals MC squared. Is that base and height? Is that base and height? Is that what that means? Height. Even your dumbass buddy was like,
It's just the equation for a triangle.
yeah. It's an equation for a triangle, you stupid fuck.
God damn. Don't do drugs, kids. Isn't it amazing how fast things have dissolved to a once invincible independent rapper to a now pill popping, deflecting bully that's overreacting because he knows every word he uttered about that girl and her family was complete bullshit. All of it, Patty Lynn. When he said she was a whore, and then you made a video saying we've got to help protect the women. It's this psychobabble. He's talking about being girls. And this is just terrible. And me and my son are going to work together to make sure women are treated more fairly. Right before he said she was a whore and called her herpy bump. It's the most blatant drug-induced hypocrisy I have ever seen in my life. That's Arrow, by the way, in the background. English setter, pretty good old boy. He's pretty loyal, and he barks if a fly lands on the spouting. Anyway, so let's talk about it. You know, what kind of fucking person has a paid artist perform and write on their album and then puts a condition on it that for the rest of their natural fucking life, they have to agree with everything Ryan Upchurch says, or he'll take them off the album and cut their fucking royalties off, even though they have a written contract. Now, we all know that it's an idle threat. It's desperation because Ryan can't bring himself to turn that camera on and apologize to these people. But he's gonna. You've been defeated, Ryan. You've been defeated by somebody half your age or twice your age and twice as smart. You see, you don't fuck with somebody that's been alive twice as long as you have, because everything you know, you got to times it by 2. Dumbass. Don't fuck with people. Not everybody's a stupid hick like Uncle Will. Some of us can think for ourselves. I'm going to open up the lines. Y'all can come on. We'll talk about it. And we'll talk about this ridiculous bullshit of Gen Z not being able to recognize sarcasm, trying to pull sarcasm out of a comedic context and turn it into an insult or an actual statement, like inviting a 16-year-old to your house because your Viagra's about to wear off. Patty. How ridiculous. How ridiculous. That's just so desperate. It's like watching a criminal squirm, just telling the police every fucking lie they can think of to get out of the crime they just committed. It's desperate. It's sad and it's pathetic to witness. I never thought I would see Ryan Upchurch reduced down to a bumbling idiot trying to decipher the mathematical equation of a damn triangle that I learned in the 4th grade. Sad. And if somebody over there at Ghost Ranch doesn't fire that piece of shit manager and get that doper the hell out of Ryan's house, you're all going to be out of a job and your cash cow is going to dry up. Even yours, Patty, because you couldn't afford that house for a week. I don't think you could afford to pay the utility bill, but for Ryan. Talking about just trash mouthing anybody that defends this woman who didn't do a damn thing to deserve the hellstorm of bullying your son unleashed on her. And it's going to stop. It is going to stop. So, any of you are welcome. Now, it's an enjoyable thing to run around the comment section of Ryan's low IQ fans and just read some of the comments they make, like threatening to call the foster care system because I'm not fit. Well, I hate to tell you, honey, you got to pass a 3-level FBI background check to become an adoptee or a special needs child foster parent. And if any of you want to take on that fucking challenge, you couldn't do it, Patty Lynn. You couldn't do it, Ryan Upchurch, because it's a full-time job. None of you could do it. Got some people on board. Welcome aboard.
Full-time job.
Let's have your say, man. How you doing?
How's your night, Dabble? That's our
My
guy.
favorite Wisconsinite.
Yes, sir.
This
Yes,
is
sir.
a true cheesehead. How you doing?
We're doing good. I mean, the Packers won, but I'm a Bears fan, so I'm a little bit pissed this morning or this evening. But
Yeah.
Other than that, we're gonna dive into this case and fuck some shit up. Let's go.
One of the fondest memories I have of my kids is taking them to the stadium there, Green Bay Packer Stadium, and walking through the museum downstairs and everything, and then walking out on the field, which is just like inspiring,
I know. Yeah, I've never been there, but I've had friends that have season tickets over there. It's nuts.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, come on back when you can. We could hear you. I don't know if you were having technical difficulty. A lady was on and left. I don't know what that was. Anybody's welcome. Tonight, we're just going to talk about what we got on our mind. Anything. Just come on. You want to just talk about yourself for a while? Got a testimony? Have you overcome a drug addiction? Whatever you want to talk about. Anybody deal with special needs children? Any of that kind of thing. Anything that's a little more noble than slandering and bullying a female 2-time war veteran that just got her family out of a war-torn country. It's just terrible what we're seeing. And, another thing about Wisconsin, I lived right along Lake Michigan, and a house actually overlooked the water 1 street away. Man, that wind would blow and the water would actually freeze on the windows of the house from the lake. Man,
I live in the Midwest my whole life, and that doesn't sound like some phenomenon. I completely believe you. I completely believe you.
Yeah, I had to get out of there, man. That was a bad place. Didn't like it. Not cut out for the Arctic weather, to say. How you doing?
Oh, there's 2 shares.
Oh, he's gone again. Maybe his mic's not working or something. Anyway.
So without giving out your location, where are you kind of at? The East Coast, the West
Well,
Coast?
I lived in Manitowoc. I was the manager of a huge Cadillac dealership up there for a while. The company I worked for was a shop floor maintenance management company that would hire the company I worked for to straighten out their customer review, get their service department back in order, get their parts department back in order, replace crappy staff, and get the thing turned around, right? And I was working there at a Cadillac dealership in Manitowoc, Wisconsin. I was only there for 18 months, and I was so glad to get out of there. Right now, I'm in Central Ohio.
Got it. Okay, so you're still in the Midwest kind of area.
Hey, Psycho, so I want to make you aware that there's another channel calling you a pedophile, so be aware of that. They're gonna
I
attack
don't
you
care.
tonight.
They can call me all the names they want.
They're gonna try to be an asshole for you today, and I want to say, like I did last night, you're doing an amazing job. You're doing the right thing. Take care of yourself.
Right. I appreciate it. I hope they don't put too much effort in it. It don't bother me. I was ready for that. I knew that would happen. And you know, the truth prevails always. So easy. It's not hard. The truth always wins. It's time for you to apologize, Ryan. And Patty, you're not a good mother at all. A good mother has got sense enough to tell their child when they're fucking up. And you can't seem to do that. In fact, you'll defend what he's doing, even when he's doing it wrong. And that's the worst kind of parenting in the world, is to enable a bully. That's not good, girl.
You know they don't have anything on you whatsoever when they have to go to try to find out if you're a pedophile. You know, like what the fuck does this have to do with Kylie Rodney? I mean, let's play the devil's advocate. Let's say it's true. What the fuck does it change?
No kidding. Does that still make it okay to bully anime? I mean, how ridiculous. And, you know, the guilt by association game and all that shit that Gen Z plays that the media has brainwashed them into participating in. It's just crazy. And, you know, just like Zanime, you don't get a job at NASA without having passing an extensive background check. And you don't get a job as a special needs foster parent and adoptee without passing an extensive background check. And it just goes to show how low IQ they are. They're just all low IQ.
I thought Upchurch fans were way beyond, you know, the cancel culture, you know, left leaning, you know, type strategies. And they're not, you know, it's very strange.
Well, I would argue that the overwhelming majority are like me. It's just this small, like 1,200 to 1,500 low IQ crack squad that are just so insecure with who they are. They got to attach themselves to an entertainer and pretend like they're somebody. The rest of his fans are good people that would never engage in any of this crap. And I've gotten probably 10,000 emails from fans like me that are just fucking disgusted. And you know why they don't speak up. You see what they did to me. That's why they don't speak up. They don't want to put up with it. So I'm doing it for them. That's why I'm here. I'm here for Johnny Cashville, a guy that I have never heard say one negative thing. You know something? I knew Johnny Cashville for probably a year before I even knew that he was on an Upchurch song. I never even heard him mention it. He never even mentioned it. And I've never heard him say anything negative about him, ever. And I'll be hard-pressed if you can find somebody that'll swear to God they have. Because every time I've heard the man speak, it's been, I love the guy like a brother. You know, that's all he ever says. It's crazy what they're doing.
So do you think that he made that whole video about Cashville just because he's kind of on your broadcast at times?
Yeah, that's it. He's mad because Cashville came on here and said Zanime is in the military. That's what he's mad about. That Cashville didn't stay blindly loyal. And
this
how
is
you
just
doing?
a man.
Good evening.
Good evening. I've been enjoying your shows here lately.
All right. Good.
I tried to get in earlier because you were talking about anybody that worked with special needs. And I'm a former DSP. It's a direct support professional and learning coach for adults and children with special needs.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I thought that was And with the foster care that you do, even though you get paid, people don't understand what it takes. It is a
No,
24-hour
don't.
job. It is
No, they don't.
financially straining and stressful for all parties involved. And I think that's awesome that you're doing that. We need more foster parents, good foster parents.
Yeah. See, my oldest sister and my mother owned a foster home. My mother adopted 5 children and out of the foster care system. And my sister adopted 4. And they owned a horse ranch in Tennessee where foster kids that came from very troubled past could go and mentor a horse the entire time that they were there. And people
Yeah,
would come and rent rides on the horses, and the
right.
kids would actually have a horse assigned to them, and they would guide the people on their horse ride that went through a 1,500-acre farm that they owned in the southern part of Tennessee. And they just recently sold it. My mother passed away, and when my mother passed away, it was too much work for my sister to do alone. So she sold it, and some other people are trying to carry on where they left off. And she still has 5 adopted children that she adopted out of the
That's
5
awesome.
now. And is just doing that full time and not doing the horse ranch anymore, which was just a lot of work to try to do alone.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of finances. Caring for horses is insane when it comes to finances. And you always kind of wonder why horse people are kind of, they're their own people, but there's a reason for it. It's a lot of hard work.
Recluse shut-ins, and the truth is they're busy all the time.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Job. It's a lot of work.
Yes, it is. Yeah, and we have a ranch like that out here too. We take our clients there, and they do the Special Olympics. They train all year, and then at the end they bring in everybody for the Special Olympics, and it's a huge thing out here. It gives these kids and even these grown adults that are developmentally disabled something to be proud of and to look forward to and to set goals without.
People
Yeah,
have no
it's therapeutic.
idea. You don't know. You guys have no idea what real fulfillment is.
Oh yeah. I mean, get a job like a direct support professional where you're in their houses and you are helping them be as independent as possible. And as hard and as stressful as it is so rewarding. There are people that time forgot for the most part.
Absolutely.
And if you can bring them out into the real world and treat them as people, then that's the work of angels.
God bless you, man.
Well,
But anyways, with Upchurch, this thing going on here and them breaking down Zanime constantly on these lives, and everybody else that has been involved through this, Iked Mel and Tony and all of them, they are digging into their lives so much that it is illegal. It is gang stalking. They are getting license plate numbers and trying to figure out where these people live, and people are finding them.
People pulled up to her house.
So I recommend that Zanime contact law enforcement and these live shows. Give them all the live shows.
She is concealed carry, and you guys not be pulling up to her house. You might get yourself hurt.
Right.
Knock that off.
And I was thinking, a GoFundMe, like you said, instead of you donating all on your own and it all being out of your pocket, there are GoFundMes, and we could start that for her.
I actually got an email from a guy that his entire family is attorneys, mom, dad, brother, nephew, and they said, "We're here. Let us know." I got that email today. I'm going to follow up on it in the morning, and we'll see where it goes. But this
stops here. This is getting ridiculous. We are ruining people's lives out of this, and it's not. It stops. This is. There's no way. I understand YouTube is a platform in free speech, but this is becoming an insanely toxic community,
we all have free
we're all
speech,
fed up.
but we are not free from the consequences of our speech.
Right.
We got free speech, but we are not free from the consequences of that speech. Like if you walk up to somebody 3 times your size and start calling them names, you're you're probably going to be responsible for the black eye you get. And if you go
Right.
slandering somebody online to the point where it affects their ability to be who they are, to function as they were, you are liable. Period.
Right.
And
Exactly. And it's all recorded. They don't understand these lives are all recorded for everybody to see. So all police have to do is watch these videos and there you go. It's so
Yeah.
damn stupid. They're doing it live for everybody to watch and it's illegal.
Exactly. How you doing,
Gang
Chris?
stalking, it's a real thing.
I'm doing well. How are you guys tonight?
Good. What's on your mind?
Well, you've mentioned overcoming addiction and dealing with adverse events, and I've been through some things in my life. Obviously, we all have. But my husband shot me 3 times 26 years ago.
Oh my God.
I've overcome addiction. I'm paralyzed in a wheelchair. I overcame pain pill addiction after 14 years. I went cold turkey in 2017.
Wow.
And it's not easy to do, but anybody can do it with faith. And
You did it.
It is.
oh yeah,
You mentioned that, and I want to
Yes,
share a little story with you. When I first got married, we lived in a duplex, and right next door was a boy in a wheelchair, and he lived with his sister that was like 22 because his parents were kind of dirt bags, and they were all addicted to drugs. Everybody in that house was, and they would leave him lay in that wheelchair, whacked out of his gourd for days at a time. And I'd go over there and see, does he need water? Does he need something? And I was just, man, that burnt shit in my memory that I'll probably never get out. And I don't know that he ever stopped. I saw him 20 years later and he was still the same way, just completely zonked. I think he just sat there in that wheelchair popping pills and just hating life, It was a sad thing to witness. When I was a young man, my dad was a son of a bitch. He used to tell me I was worthless, wasn't going to amount to nothing, was like, I wouldn't dare bring a friend home because I'd get embarrassed. And then I had an older brother that was a lot older than me and his friends, and they were fuckers to me, just absolute fuckers. And my mom was having an affair on my dad. So she was gone every night. And my dad was drunk, abusive to me. And then there was my older brother and his friends being fuckheads. So, I had it coming from 2 directions. So I really relate to people that have had a rough way to go because it was a miserable existence for quite a while. And I was so fucking glad, to get out of that. And when I left there, I never went back. I never looked back. I hit the ground running, and I have never graced the doorstep again.
You learned from it and you didn't have to go through it yourself. It was there in front of your face and you learned from it.
It is.
Yeah. My sisters were both older too, and they were very hard on me as a kid. My dad was in Alaska working on the pipeline. My mom was working, and us 3 girls. My sisters would throw me out of the house, and I'd just be left to play with my horses all day.
Sure. I used to run off and hide, I just fucking avoid them. I'd go find something to do and just stay the fuck away till dark and then, go to bed and just stay the fuck away from them.
I had a fort I built, and 20 years later I went back and you could still see the fort I had built, even though the trees had grown up around it.
Hey, let me ask you.
that idea.
So how are we doing as a country with wheelchair accessible? Do we suck? Or are we getting better?
It's getting better. Finding accessible housing is really hard. Because a lot of people that design accessibility aren't in a wheelchair, so they're just going by basic specs instead of using their common sense, which
sure.
There has got to be an engineer in a wheelchair that is doing something or making plans for people specifically that need that kind of accessibility.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm part of a group that anybody can join at any time. People every day end up in chairs or disabled in some way.
Yeah,
Well, I
I'm
tell you what,
eventually gonna need one. I have Chiari malformation, and my brain is herniated into my brainstem, and there's no cure for it except for brain surgery. And the brain surgery puts people in the wheelchairs because your balance, that's your balance and everything, your motor skills.
Yeah.
You know, one of the toughest things too is finding people that are willing to babysit special needs kids. There's a massive shortage. And I'm going to tell you, if you want to make extra money, if you're a young person, take a couple of those classes and sign up. All you got to do is go to your local child protective agency in your county. Tell them you want to be a babysitter for some special needs kids or some classes you got to take, and it pays really fucking good. There's a massive shortage. I mean,
massive.
I volunteered with Christian Berets in California, actually right up by Lake Tahoe, and we worked with autistic children of single parent mothers or parents that just need a break because they take 24.
They need a little help.
They took 24-hour care. They would try to leave their rooms. You know, we'd help them fix their place. We'd lead them in praise and worship. But it was a wonderful summer. It was like one of the best summers of my life, getting to share my time and donate just volunteering with this group. It was awesome.
And you can relate to them and they can relate to you. So you were probably awesome in their eyes as well. It's like, cool, there's another lady out there like me.
Yeah,
well, they were autistic, so there were nobody in a wheelchair. They had autism, but yeah, absolutely.
But you're different though, and they'll be able to see that you're not just your typical person coming in like a teacher of sorts. You're somebody that looks different, and I think that's awesome.
Blue Eyes has a question here. He says, who just seen that couple with their little kid locked in a cage and another toddler running around with a crack pipe? That's not too far from me, dude.
Whoa.
Yeah, I saw it. It's not too far from where I'm at. It's a sad thing to witness. Pretty sad shit. You know, young millennials, probably I'm going to say 60%, the grandparents are raising millennial children. I meet grandparents every day that are raising the children of drug addicted, raising their grandchildren, drug addicted children or OD'd children or children that are in jail because of drugs. And it has just put a wake of kids into the system beyond belief. It's overloaded and busting at the seams right now.
Oh, yeah.
And so if you want a very rewarding and fulfilling existence, something you need to look into. You won't regret it. You'll get chicken soup for the soul every day.
Oh yeah, and you will make some of the best friends. You will. There, a lot of people that you're taking care of like that, they really get to know you and you get to know them and you're invested in their lives. You become their family. In a sense, because a lot of special needs people's family, they're state wards, they get left behind. And these kids need that. They need a parent figure. They really, a lot of them don't have that.
They don't. Some of these kids have never had any affection.
No, it's so terrible. It breaks your heart. But then when you see them open up and develop personal relationships like that's something money could never buy. That is priceless. That's why we're here to help each other. That's our only purpose. That I believe we're here to just help each other out and to keep moving forward. And doing something like that is a good way to live. It is. It's hard to live off of it. It's not a ton of money. I mean, we finally got, I believe, $15 an hour here in Illinois.
So I'm not sure what I'm not sure what the babysitting pays. I know it's a lot. It's way more than like your average babysitter.
Oh yeah.
It's a
there's
lot
so
more.
much more involved.
Hey, you're looking at maybe, a Saturday night, so a foster parent can get a break.
Yeah, that's what we did for the whole summer, but we take them out on the boats. We had little Olympics at the end of the summer. It was such a rewarding summer for me. I just loved it. And it's priceless memory. So
yeah,
and my caregiver makes $17.75 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
that comes
That's
in
awesome.
every day to
Hey,
help
the,
us. So
the,
there
the
is.
slammer would like to say, I'm an Indiana State Trooper, not to talk down to this woman, but it's YouTube. Unless someone goes to her house and messes with her in person, nothing can be done. And that couldn't be farther from the truth, sir.
Yeah,
California has the
it's
most strict
interstate stalking.
cyberbullying laws in the world, and you cannot cyberbully people anymore. We have laws against that.
And right,
And
and it's
There's more
even
than
worse. The
cyberbullying.
consequences are even worse when it's interstate bullying and it's right there for everybody to see.
yeah,
I have to head
California has
out.
the
I just
strictest
wanted to
laws.
say hi and stop in and say thank you for standing up. I don't like to put myself out there. I don't have a platform, but I'm glad people like you are doing it, sir.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Me
V
too.
Jones would like everybody to know that his IQ is -4. I'll read his response to you. He says, "You have reduced yourself to a babbling idiot over your obsession with Ryan Upchurch, and the more you and his mother, you're a real piece of poop." Hey, let me tell you something, son. You're never gonna get me to stop doing what's right, brother. You can
Never.
try, you can wallow in the mud, you can make yourself look like an imbecile. I don't care. Bring it. You ain't got nothing from me.
No, he's probably 12 years old and needs to go to bed.
Yeah, it blows my mind how many of these kids are allowed up past bedtime.
Right? They
And
need to change their
that's
diaper and get
a
their
huge
pop up.
portion of these really, really nasty comments are little brats.
Oh yeah, you could tell by the language and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need their baba and their clean diaper and go to bed.
Exactly. Oh my goodness. So hey, come on, man, speak your mind. I know you guys got something to say. A lot of you do. Some great comments here.
Did you say that somebody actually went to Xanime's house?
Yes.
See, that's exactly where this is going.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel sorry for the person that actually tries to step on her because she's going to shoot him in the fucking head if I was her.
They've taken pictures of every one of her cars. She's got more than one car, and they've taken pictures of them and posted them online. Thanks to Ryan Upchurch. See, Xanime's name wouldn't even be in anybody's mouth.
No, it wouldn't.
She didn't even know who Ryan Upchurch was. She never heard of him before. She never heard of him before. Didn't have any idea he existed. So for any of you cucks out there that are claiming that she asked for it, pure nonsense. She went on a true crime podcast like everybody else. And he didn't like the fact that she said, leave Ronnie alone. And from there, her life has just been attacked. And now, and I'm attacking back now.
I'm right behind you. I got you 6.
I mean, I just can't believe some of these people. Good evening, Keith Bradley, Bud Light. Mm-hmm.
How you doing, Bevel?
How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, man. It's my 3rd time on here. We always have a good conversation. I don't know if you remember me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I sure do, man.
Okay. Yeah, I love coming on here and talking to you, man. You really have a good mind on all this bullshit, man. I'm part of the Creek Squad, man, but you're part of something. Sometimes you got to just step back and think, man, this shit's fucked up. Like, you going too far with shit. You know what I mean? Like, I totally get where you're coming from, brother.
Cambry, she says, my kids didn't have a dad young, divorced, and they are great. But I have a tight family with good male role models. I think there's hope, but a lot of these kids don't have that. Sadly, that's true. It's so true.
Yes.
Could you imagine? Just try to wrap your mind around being like 8 years old, and both your parents are drug addicted. They've fucking hawked the TV. They've hawked the fucking Xbox. They've hawked the goddamn radio. They've fucking let the car get repoed,
and you still
they sold
live
the
with
food
them.
stamps.
And you still live with them. That's sad.
And
I think we found the root of Ryan's problem. He really needs a big brother. He has no one in his corner that goes, "What the fuck are you doing?"
They're all there because they want something from him.
Now,
he don't have a big bro.
I gotta say, man, to each his own, and everybody has their own opinion. So, you know how they say, like, let's say, let Ryan do Ryan, right? You know what I mean? They'll dig their own hole. You know what I mean?
Hey, He can do all the fun parody he wants as long as he ain't hurting anybody. He
Right.
can do all the fun trolling he wants as long as he ain't hurting anybody. But what's went on with this girl is just so far over the top. This girl,
No,
you should
yeah,
see
I totally
her
believe.
Instagram, her
Yeah.
Facebook, her LinkedIn.
Now, question, Babel. Remember when I was on here last time? I told you to check that video out. Did you look at that video?
I did, and that guy, it's just his opinion.
I know. Hey, it is opinion, but don't he got some good? He got some good ideas on there, though, man. Like
he's doing some awful wild speculating.
I'm just saying, though, like
yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say he
out
didn't make good points, but most of it is grounded in his own speculation.
Well, true. Hey, the same with Ryan talking about Zanime, but I think that dude's that dude's opinion is more than Ryan's opinion on Zanime.
Yes, there is a phone number. Chris Crosswave, email psychobabblerap@gmail.com. We'll get you patched into the board on the phone. Psychobabblerap. I'll put the link up right now, and I'll tell you. Just go ahead and email me.
Can
and
you
I'll
agree
get you
with that? Can you agree with that?
Well, I can agree with it, but you seem to be awfully invested in this guy's knucklehead opinion.
No, I mean, dude, he's got a couple of videos. But hey, to me personally, watching his or Ryan's speculations, I think
Ryan's are all. None of Ryan's are grounded in reality.
Well, I know that's what I'm saying, but I feel like his shit stands more than Ryan's does. I mean, come on, you're making up a girl that you don't have no proof of. Like this, he's going off videos.
Just for Crack Squad out there that don't want to believe Ryan's on drugs, you saw the manic attempt to decipher the mathematical equation of a damn triangle. And that's something you learn in the 4th grade.
You know what's funny is I remember that video and everybody was telling him that, hey, that's just a fucking meme. That was a meme, and he kept ignoring it. Like that was a meme that people do. I guess I didn't ever see it, but
unbelievable.
You can tell by looking at his eyes.
Well, they grasp at straws and try to pull something out of context and turn it into something in much the same way Patty Lynn did with my sarcastic comment to the troll that my Viagra is only going to last 2 more hours. So if you're coming over, you better hurry up, because I was hearing all day how this person was going to come to my house. Patty.
Oh, Patty Lynn's not happy with you, brother.
And if there's a 16-year-old girl on my YouTube channel telling me she's coming to my house, if that was real, Patty, it's not. It's just a troll. But if it was real, I would question her parenting. What's a 16-year-old doing on an adult YouTube channel wanting an address to come over? So if you're going to pretend it's real, we can do that. It was a troll, Patty Lynn, and I responded to a troll with sarcasm. And sorry, you're so drug-induced and so manic you can't see that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous what they're doing. Absolutely ridiculous.
I get so tired of everybody crying about Ryan's mom. You fuckers made fun of Zanime's mom when she was on here crying, begging you sons of bitches to leave them alone. So you don't have a leg to stand on, you hypocrites. I don't want to hear it. If Patty Lynn's going to sit there and support her son while she's bullying these people and pull shit out of context and make an ass out of herself, my job is to just tell you how stupid it looks.
Yeah, she done put a couple videos on your ass. She's not happy. Patty Lynn's not happy with your ass.
Well, she ought to not be happy with her son right now because her son has seriously damaged his credibility, like massively.
He's destroying his reputation. I only discovered him like a year ago, and I thought he was funny.
Well,
then I discovered his music. I thought his music was good. And then I see this, and I'm just disgusted.
Well,
and anybody that finds him is going to find the same things I found.
I don't think that he's going to ruin his career, but now he might.
No, he already did. What do you mean?
No, he ruined his career, bro. You can have no new fans of Ryan Upchurch. He's limited his base to what he already has.
The little 1,200 crackheads.
A bunch of motherfuckers that back him, bro. And
here's the funny part. I'll tell you the worst part of this. Okay, the Crack Squad, the Uncle Wills, the Cucks. I'll stand here and probably say for certain they have never bought one item off of Ryan Upchurch, a CD, a piece of merch, anything. They've just been leechers. They watch his YouTube videos and chase him around YouTube, thinking
you're
they're tied to him.
right.
And it's guys like me, the
Yeah.
fans like me, that go to work every day, that actually buy merch, actually buy albums when I don't have to. You know, I could listen to them on YouTube like everybody else. No, I took the time to buy them.
Right. No, you're
And there's
right.
a lot of people
you're
like me.
Right. I guarantee you, nobody bought that shit. 100%.
No, Uncle Will had never bought one dime of anything Ryan Upchurch ever produced. But yet, where's the loyalty lie? It doesn't lie with a guy like me that's bought every single thing the kid has ever put out and bought merch probably 4 times a year. Got one on right now.
Let me see it.
Got one on right now. This one right here, coming right off his fucking website. Raise Hell, Eat Cornbread.
Okay.
Right when he was with Bobby, Bobby was controlling the merch, and I probably bought 30 shirts.
Right. Now, see, hang on. Now, see, you support the Ryan that was Ryan. Now, you don't support the bullshit he's doing now, but you still, hey, hang on. But as a fan, you still like his music and the way he makes
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, why not? I mean, how can you say you don't like something you like? That's just being dishonest.
I don't agree with what the fuck he's got going on now, because now you're just like, even that video, like he said that, oh, this girl's not real and shit. I'm like, wait a minute, man. Like, come on now. You went way too far.
So far away from that now.
But, yeah, I know, but I'm just saying though, like that would drop me off like a little bit. Like, you went way too far, said the girl ain't real now. Come on now.
I know, Aaron, that was a pretty disturbing thing to witness, wasn't it? Aaron says, I can tell without a doubt they're on crack. Well, I ain't going to say that, but that's an absolute. I think it's more pills, but anything. I watched Patty get scared and run off a stream because she heard a noise. I know. It was just like watching like some 12-year-old girls having a slumber party. It was disturbing to see adults act like there's an invisible boogeyman because they're playing with tarot cards. It's just the most infantile shit I've ever seen.
He needs God in his house, not medium.
Yeah, I mean, them tarot cards are bad mojo.
I really wish. I honestly, I know you probably don't want him. Like, I wish Ryan would get up here just so we can question him. Like, man, why are you doing this shit? Like,
he doesn't have the courage, and then he'd just start screaming and yelling the first time he was told he was wrong. So what would be it'd be pointless. I don't want to talk to him while he's like this. I would love to talk to him once he gets this straightened out.
Right, like
the guy I came to know. That's who I want to talk to. I don't want to talk to this.
You ever heard mind your own damn business? You ever heard mind your own damn business?
Yeah,
like,
I mean, literally. What kind of a mother stands there and watches her son call a female 2-time war veteran a whore, a child pornographer, a rapist, and a murderer,
and then
then goes to a live stream and says, me and my son are going to work together to make sure that there's an Amber Alert, make sure that children are safe. I'm going to read this Amber Alert for you guys. Hold on. It says Akron, Ohio, Amber Alert, 2016 Kia Soul Silver, Ohio license plate, Henry Larry David 9706. Check local media. Going to check my email for the person that wanted to call, and we'll get you patched into the board. You guys can go ahead and chit chat while I get that done.
Hey, that's funny. You live close as hell to me.
Did you see him go, why didn't they call an Amber Alert for Kylie? Well, because she wasn't, they didn't have a vehicle. Yeah, there's nothing to.
No abduction, no Amber Alert. Pretty simple stuff.
Exactly. Google it.
Hey, Babel, have you streamed one Upchurch song since he made a video about you?
No, I haven't. I haven't watched any videos with my name tagged in them other than ones people have sent me clips of, but I haven't physically went and watched any. Okay, phone lines. Is Chris Wave? That's what you want on the phone line? Okay, I'm going to send you a number now, Chris, and you'll be patched live into the board, so watch what you say. And
Hey, Babel.
Oh.
You know what's funny is I used to live in Akron, Colorado, bro.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I live in Denver now, but I just Googled it from Denver to Akron, Ohio. It's 19 hours. I thought it was closer than that, but I didn't know how far it was. But I used to live in Akron, Colorado, man. It's a small ass fucking town, dude. Small ass.
Yeah. 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 Akron, Ohio. That's where the gods were first assembled. And that was the rubber city where all the tires were made.
Really?
And yeah, then Eric Moore moved down here where I live now. And lived down here for a long time. And then he hooked up with another band after the gods dissolved, a band called American Dog.
Yep.
If you guys want to hear the continuance of what would have been the gods, go listen to American Dog. American Dog, spelled DAWG.
Okay.
American Dog, badass rock and roll band.
I'll listen to it. I love rock, man.
Buddy, they're badass. They're as good as it gets. There's several videos of them live with me pushing the board in many clubs. Many clubs. I worked with those guys for a long, long time. And the lead singer is from Dangerous Toys. If you remember the glam band Dangerous Toys. The lead singer's from Dangerous Toys. The drummer is Keith Pickens. And then Eric Moore used to do sets with them. They do a lot of God's covers, but they have a lot of their own material. Okay. Eric Moore is now passed away. The lead singer of the Gods is no longer with us.
Oh, man.
Now, the guy that shreds the guitar, Mark Chatfield, best guitar player I've ever heard. He's got a guitar shop in Northern California.
Nice. But fuck LeBron James.
Yeah.
From Akron.
When I used to live in Akron, this is like a year and a half ago. I lived in Akron, Colorado, and I had a best friend of mine I played Call of Duty, and I was like, "Where are you from?" And I'm from Akron, Ohio. I'm like, "Damn, I'm from Akron, Colorado." I remember that. And then when you said that just now, like the Amber Alert, I'm like, "Damn, that's crazy." But yeah, that's 19 hours away. But yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
Let me read an email to you guys. A guy emailed me, says, "Hey, he says, my name is Alex. I'm not going to say his last name. I'm a disabled vet from West Virginia. I do not use social media anymore because it caused problems between me and my wife. So we both deleted our accounts.
Yep.
I started to GoFundMe today to try and help get my wife and kids a new car. I tried to go back to work 7 months ago after open heart surgery and wasn't able to do that. I'm at the doctor in the VA about 1 day a week going through PTSD treatment. I know it's a lot to ask, but I thought if anyone could or would help me get it out there, that would be great. I'll share my GoFundMe link. So the guy's name's Alex Gandy. Apparently he wants his name out there. He's got a GoFundMe. I'll put the link up on the board here. And I want you guys to copy this and, hey, drop the guy $10, man. Come on. We can all help everybody. We can help each other. And there's the link to his GoFundMe. Appreciate your email, buddy.
Hey, I check your private chat. I just wrote you a message.
All right. Oh, I don't care about that. Yeah, that email's intentional, dude.
Well, I'm just saying, like, yeah, let me get the link and I got it. You know what I mean? Like, I understand the struggle. Believe me, dude. I understand the struggle. I hate that, especially with kids and a wife. And I know it gets tough, brother.
Yeah, I just dropped it in the chat there, the link to his GoFundMe.
I'm on my phone, so I can't see the live chat. I can only see private chats.
Okay. So there we be. Got another one here. How you doing, Mark? Welcome aboard. He's muted. Mark's asleep.
Yeah, I must be muted.
No, Mark just wrote in the chat. He said, just jumped up here to let you know that you're accidentally posting your email in chat.
Oh, no, I want that there. That's no problem. Yeah, I'm putting that there on purpose.
Oh, okay. He just wrote it in
so
private
people can email me. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's intentional.
Okay. Well, that's the way he wrote in private chat. I just want to let you know.
Yeah.
That's probably why he talked.
Yeah, that email's dedicated to the stream. Says Trina Trails says Ryan isn't living in PBR's head. Protecting Zanime is his priority. He's over Ryan's shit by now. Thanks for being here and pushing PBR. I know it's just infantile. So he wants Ryan to notice him now. Really, I want Ryan to leave Zanime alone. That's what I want. And
I
I want
mean,
him
hey, wait a
to
minute. If
apologize
Ryan
to
wants
her.
to get in the panel, come on, let's get it. I'm right here with you, bro. I'm right here behind you. Like, I'm done with that dumb shit. Let's go. Bring him in there.
Hey,
Bring
now
his
these,
ass in there.
Diary of a Madman's crying because the moderators were doing their job. My moderators have been instructed to allow anybody to be here as long as they're not being vulgar. So if you're getting kicked, you've been vulgar. I mean, it's just that simple. Don't be vulgar.
You're being
You'll be
a
here.
regular dumbass troll.
Yeah, I mean, you're all allowed to have a say. Just don't be vulgar. Even if you want to disagree, you can disagree.
Of course. Now,
Just
that's
don't
fair.
be vulgar.
We can agree to disagree, but don't be dumb and be cussing somebody out or calling them names. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. I'm a Creek Squad fan, but damn, dude. There's coming a point in time in your life where you can't be a dumbass all your life. Like, come on now.
Watching Johnny Gobble and the Upchurches simp on each other now is one of the most pathetic things I've ever witnessed.
Dude, that's funny you bring that up because Ryan wanted to beat his ass. He went to his town, videoed that Johnny Gobble rode by and never stopped. He didn't want the pressure. And now they're friends. That's the funny part.
The worst part is watching his mother reduce her dignity down to the point that she's going to sit on a panel with Johnny Gobble and some other broad that just has got about as much sense as Johnny's got. Both of them, if you put them together, their IQ would be about an 8. And their Patty Lynn is reducing herself. They are so above this.
Yeah.
They are so much bigger than these little piddle-de-winkle true crime peddlers.
Yeah. Ryan went to his hometown, dog, and videoed this shit. And other people video. All the Creek Squad was there, and Gobble rode by and was like waving out the window and didn't stop. Like, come on. Now y'all friends? Get out of here, bro. Get out of here.
Yeah, right? He made a video about Gobble trying to
dude, he went to Gobble's
and calm his brother and all this stuff. But now they're
he went to his town and was ready to fight this dude, bro. And like he just and now they're friends? Get out of here.
There's a juvenile in the chat that says, Upchurch is going to be running 3 Honda Civics with spoon engines and turbos and nitros. And I'll tell you what, Juliet Sierra, one of the technicians that worked for me at a Honda dealership has a super badass Honda Civic that you feel like you got shot out of a cannon when that thing takes off. I used to tease him because I used to say muscle cars have 8 cylinders. I grew up having Barracudas, Hemi Barracudas. I had a Hemi Roadrunner. I had a 65 Plymouth Belvedere with a 426 Max Wedge and dual fours. Okay. This kid's Honda Civic that worked for me at the Honda dealership runs 830s and a quarter mile. It's a real weapon.
Let me tell something to Juliet Sierra. Ryan will never drive a Honda Civic, so I don't know where the fuck you're talking about that at. You know that man's never driving no damn Honda. Come on, man.
Wow, Twisted Tennessee. That'd be a thing to see, brother. I hate that. See if we got some new good comments here. I want to check his email again, see if this dude emailed me back. He wanted to call in. Nope, not yet. All right.
I really wish Ryan would come on like he did with goddamn Tony Dodge or whatever his name is. I really wish he would, man, just so we can let him speak what he's got to say, and then each one of us can say what we got to say to him. You know?
He came on. He came on. Tony's got nothing to defend. That was sarcastic banter, and he was being sarcastic. And the guys that joke back and forth, and he got a spam text, and they want him. All Ryan did. You understand that was an attempt to deflect. That was an attempt to take the eyes off of him and put them on Tony.
That message he got now, this does make sense. So I seen somebody's comment. And they were like, yeah, okay, it'd be a spam, and he says, oh, it's from Indonesia or wherever it's from.
No.
But why
Life,
was it in your primary account, though? Why was it in your primary message? You had to move it there, bro. It would be in your message
Buddy,
request.
You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong.
But
You're
being
wrong.
your
You're
message
wrong. You're
request?
wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're just flat out wrong, brother. You're wrong. I have no reason to lie about it. I don't know Tony. I have no reason to defend him. You, sir, are wrong. I get them all the time. If you happen to respond ever, it's going to show up. Period. And
So
it doesn't mean he responded to a gangbang. What he did. Okay, caller, go ahead. You're live.
This is Crosswave. How are you, Psycho Bravo?
Good. How are you doing?
Not too bad. So, respectfully, I'm calling. You said that today is open theme. We can talk about ourselves, anything.
You bet.
Is that okay still?
You bet.
Well, I don't bet on anything anymore. I trust in God to begin with. Glory to God in all. So one of the reasons why I'm calling is because I got into this true crime community because I sort of was forced to, based on the situation that occurred in my family.
Okay.
My oldest daughter, Christina Zaitseva, she's filed as a missing person.
Oh my gosh.
Since she was visiting in North San Juan in Northern California, and she visited a house on Pardon Road in North San Juan, and her friend was there, supposedly a friend, where a Mexican gang barged in and robbed them at a gunpoint, especially her, because she had cash on her.
Gotcha.
She's 31 years old. So basically, she was robbed. She previously was stalked by a gang of people who were giving her drugs, and so her mental health was not okay. She was getting therapy help, and for 2 years prior to this, and she was doing all right. And prior to that, she was registered as a model with modelmayhem.com. That's their website at modelmayhem.com. But if you want to look at it now, you could go to modelmayhem.com, but do / Chris Rabbit. That's her stage acronym. Chris, K-R-I-S, Rabbit, as you spell rabbit, R-A-B-B-I-T.
Do you have a flyer, a missing person flyer on her that you can email me that I can put on my community page?
Yeah, I'll do it. I'm not very multitasking these days, but it's on my Facebook page also. Facebook page is, it's okay if I say my name?
You bet.
Mary Nation is spelled M-E-R-I, like Mary, or only not M-A-R-Y, but M-E-R-I. Last name K as King, N as New, A, D as David, J as Jesus, I-A-N, N as New.
What do you suspect, ma'am? Do you have any suspicions?
Okay. So basically, after this drug situation, when these gang were constantly after her, trying to give her drugs and pretending to be good guys, she was getting therapy. She quit her modeling for a while, but she was still considering herself a model, and she was getting help, therapy. And so when she was robbed at a gunpoint at that house on Purdon Road in North San Juan, Northern California, basically, she ran out of there. They were doing a little bit of drinking, I have to mention. So she runs out of there, asking for help, screaming for help. And she was acting a bit crazy, I guess, because she was not in a very good, state of mind herself yet. She was in a process of healing, which was happening for her, actually. I can say that as her mom. So the police arrived. And because she ran outside the house while she was a little bit intoxicated, they victimized her. They arrested her. And they took her to Nevada County Jail. Nevada County, Northern California, which is relating to this Placer County because it's the Nevada County police was also there on Kylie's scene.
Gotcha.
So it's all involved pretty much.
So your daughter's missing is being overshadowed by the Kylie Rodney case.
Well, I wouldn't say it like that, but what I'm saying, I'm basically connecting dots in a point that when I tell you the big picture of what I know, you'll comprehend maybe what's going on.
Gotcha.
So basically she was not supposed to be arrested because she was the victim who called for help. So basically they keep her there for 2 weeks because she was intoxicated in public, which she wouldn't be in public because she was in a house, you know, and when she ran out, that's a public drinking.
That
so
person.
Under that excuse, they took her for 15 days.
Get him out of here.
So this is the thing, what I want to tell you, what I don't understand. So that was on June 6, 2020, year 2020, June 6, 2020. That was the day supposedly they released her from jail, supposedly. It was at 6:41 p.m. supposedly because they say it, but they won't give me anything on paper. They saying it's under missing case investigation, but because she's 31, even to the mother, they won't release it, any paperwork because she is, 31 of age. And basically, I asked them to give me if they can't give me anything in writing, I asked them if I could view the cameras, the cam footage when she exited Nevada County, Nevada City, California jail. They said that they don't have that footage anymore. They would have showed it to me, but it has erased itself because it overlapped after a while and it erased itself. So, but that's a government building. I would say they should be able to have it, the backups. Anyway, so no one until now has seen her since then. The last people who've seen her has been the police. They said they released her, but her friends are calling me and asking me where she is because she hasn't even contacted her friends. Now, my daughter, she was the kind of person, she's registered at my house. Her car is at my house, still at my house parked. All her belongings are at my house. She's registered here. Her mail still comes here. She was, even when she would go to a lake, she would leave me a note. Being 30 years old or younger than that, she would leave me a note and say, "Mom, I'm going to the lake. I'll be right back." So my daughter would call me no matter what. She would keep in touch with me on constant basis. I told them this is not a regular behavior for her. I told this to the sheriff, who's supposed to look for her. And I said she would definitely contact me. So basically, her friends haven't heard from her. No one has heard from her since supposedly she was released from jail.
And what day was that?
Like I said, that was July 6, 2020 at 6:41 p.m.
Man, I feel for you, ma'am. I appreciate you calling in. We're going to do what we can to help you. I'm going to put her poster on my community page. The rest of you could do that. I'd appreciate it. Shout your Facebook out one more time.
Mary Nation, MERI, last name K, N as new, A, D as David, J as Jesus, I as ice, A-N. That's KNADJIAN. And please, if you could, there's a lot of photographs of her, professional photographs on Model Mayhem. That's spelled as Model, MAYHEM, Mayhem, /Chris, KRIS, Rabbit, RABBIT. That's her stage acronym. But her name is Christina with K, just like you hear it. Christina Zaitseva, ZAITSEVA. And that is, when you go to Mary Nation on Facebook, I have posted in my post, daily, I pretty much weekly renew it about her. There's her photograph there. And there's a lot of photographs, like I said, on Model Mayhem /Chris Rabbit. It's about 31 photographs of her there.
Gotcha.
Prior to this disappearance. So
Well, we're going to pray for you. We're going to pray for you. And true crime community, there you go. There's something noble to do. Help this lady.
Yeah, anyone that can help. May I add something?
Sure.
In the name of Jesus Christ, amen. Glory to God. May I add something also?
You bet. Go ahead.
Well, basically, I hired a private investigator, and he said that he will look into everything I can help him with to look for her. And so far, it's been nothing. But he also said that he suspects sex trafficking. And there was a website, a different website. I found her on it. It was like somebody, herself or someone else, was applying for another modeling job. So I went on the website and I asked this private investigator to look into it. And he said that he cannot get, without a search warrant, he cannot get the IP address. But if he had the IP address, he would have been able to track it down, where it came from.
Mm-hmm.
So we can find her. Maybe somebody's, God forbid, trying to sex traffic her through that website.
Mm-hmm.
It's the website of exploretalent.com. Exploretalent.com. Christina Zaitseva.
Gotcha.
If you type Christina Zaitseva at exploretalent.com. So there is no picture there, but it says her age is 31 years old, which matches her age. And basically, he couldn't get the IP address, so I called the sheriff's department in Nevada County, Nevada City, and the investigator who is on her case, supposedly Cody Johnson is his name. He said that he talked to two of the judges at Superior Courthouse of Nevada County, California, and they denied the request to look into the website to get a search warrant to get the IP address. And I said, well, if you're looking for her and she disappeared from your jail, basically, why are you not why are they not approving this, to look for the search warrant? And he said, well, they denied it twice. Then I called again and I said, well, ask again. After that, he stopped returning my phone calls. So what I did, and I'm going to say it out loud.
Go ahead.
I did hire a hacker, and I paid him, and he got me the IP address, and I have it.
Good for you.
But there's a but. I don't know what to do with it, because after I passed
Send it to me.
Okay. So thank you very much. So that's one of the other reasons I called you, because I knew you are good at with internet and technology.
Yeah, I can tell you who it is. You give me that IP address. We'll get it nailed down.
Yeah, I'll do that. Also, okay, so the private investigator, after I gave the IP address to him also, he said he cannot pinpoint it. He said he cannot. And then I sent and he said, don't send it to the sheriffs, because you might get in trouble. I said, well, you know what? At this point, I'm looking to find my daughter.
There's nothing you're going to get in trouble
for. Whatever it takes to locate her.
Yeah.
So I sent it to the sheriff's department, to Cody Johnson. And he said to email it to him. In fact, he was on Kylie's case, I believe, because when I called him that same day, I sent him the IP address. He said he's in Truckee, and that was on the 11th of August.
Wow.
He said in Truckee, and he said he's going to be there for 2 weeks. That's what he said. It was the same day my phone received the Amber alert for Kylie. That was the 11th, Thursday.
So there was an Amber alert for Kylie.
Yes, it was, but after about a week, almost a week, because that was on the 6th, Saturday, Friday 6th on the 7th, but then on the 11th, they got the Amber alert, and that was 11th. And that's the day, somehow, I called, I didn't know about Kylie, because we don't get internet, we don't get cell phone reception at the house. So after I called the Cody Johnson, the sheriff's department in Nevada County, and asked him, can he help me with Christina, because I have the IP address. He said he doesn't have time for that, because he is in Truckee for 2 weeks.
Gotcha.
Okay. So yeah. And I don't know how he knew he's going to be there for 2 weeks about Kylie, but that's what he said. And that was the 11th. Okay. It's like he knew he was going to be there on that case for 2 weeks. So he said, whatever you want to do, email it to me. I said, because I know the history. I said, are you going to email me back? He said, promise me right now. He said, yes, but he hasn't. So after I emailed him that same day, the email, the IP address, he hasn't returned my phone calls. I keep calling him. He hasn't returned my phone calls. That same day on the 11th, I drove to town and got got the Amber Alert for Kylie. And that's how I found out about Kylie. Okay. And I don't know how. It's very strange to me that on the 11th, Cody Johnson from Nevada County, he knew he's going to be there for 2 weeks. And about in 2 weeks, all of this, they found the car. So it's very strange to me that he knew it's going to be 2 weeks, like he knew up front. Anyway.
I don't know that I would read too much into that. I think that was just probably a coincidence. Listen, we're going to help you all we can. I'm going to get that flyer, put it on my community page. I'm sure a lot of my listeners will, and maybe some of the true crime community will pick up your story and do some real sleuthing that can actually accomplish something.
Excuse me, may I put my phone number out there?
You bet. Go right ahead.
Can help.
You bet.
My phone number is landline. Like I said, cell phone. We don't get cell phone reception. My phone number is area code. My mom is saying hi. My phone number is area code 530-675-9511.
Okay. Well, thank you for calling.
675-9511.
Gotcha. We're all going to pray for you. Thanks for calling, and we'll do what we can to help you.
Bless you, Mary.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So I'll do that. I'll email you with the information. And please, if you can, in one of your podcasts, which I appreciate very much what you do and how you speak the truth about the truth. I would appreciate if you could possibly put that some of her photographs out there so people could see her,
Email it all to me. Load it up. Email me everything you got.
Okay. I'll email the Moral Mayhem website, and I'll email her NAMA's missing persons number website. I'll put a few websites in there for you to look at.
All right.
Because she's listed in NAMA's missing persons. NAMA's.
Gotcha.
That's a national, a national site for missing people.
Yeah, I'm aware of it. Yeah. Awesome. Listen, we're going to do what we can. Appreciate you calling, and Godspeed, man.
God bless you all. Thank you so much.
God bless you too, Mary.
You guys can help. I would be very thankful. You know how to contact me now.
I do.
So.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, please.
Great night.
Bye, Mary.
Goodbye.
Bless your heart, Mary. I'll keep you in prayer.
Let me see some of you true crime channels top that.
Right.
That's what happens when you keep it real.
Wait a minute. I think
you get real people.
You created a Ryan. You created something for Ryan again.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I suppose he'll be saying she's fake next.
They were already saying shit.
Can I say something in regards to Tony?
Now, to all you little cucks that were making your comments while that lady was bleeding her heart out, that just goes to show just degenerates you are.
Oh,
nobody could make up a story like that. Nobody could make up a story like that. That's how.
That's why I was being quiet. I wrote you in private chat. I said I'm not saying nothing. I wanted to speaker
Good
words.
grief.
Absolutely. That's my lady.
I can't believe there's people out there that aren't aware that Northern California is probably 40% Spanish.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
even if she wasn't telling the truth, but to think she was,
I think
telling the truth, that's where there's no soul.
She sounded Filipino, I think.
Well, hey, I used to live in San Diego, so San Diego is right on the border at Tijuana. So I know all the Spanish come right across the boardwalk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can walk right across there with no goddamn.
My heart breaks for her. I mean, just imagine. You know, you don't know where your kid
is for 2 years.
My first wife's uncle went missing. Went to the store and was never seen again. And 12 years later, his wallet was found in a locker on a cruise ship.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
they never did.
Dude, there's so many
they never did find him.
stories
Yeah.
of shit, man.
He had a wife and 4 kids, a new home, nice job, and just disappeared.
That's crazy.
Where was that cruise?
It's
Where was
crazy.
that cruise?
I can't remember. It's been so long ago. This was probably like 1983 or something like that.
Okay.
I can't imagine.
Way before internet, back when you used to have to write shit down, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
real
if
quick, in
they do,
regards
you
to
know what?
Tony,
If this lady
Yeah.
has to deal with a few prank calls, I'm sure she'll handle it just fine.
Yeah,
I
mean,
hope no one does that to her.
You answer it, and they sound like a dumbass, just hang up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't do
you know
that
what I
to
mean?
her, people.
real quick, in regards to Tony, yes, that message he got was spam and all that. You know what I mean? You know, Ryan was on with that. But that guy is a user and abuser. I've been on that panel 5 times, and there was one time where there was a girl, her blood sugar went low. We think it was more of an overdose. I'm an ex-addict. I have 11 years clean. My brother passed away in 2016, so God bless you as well, Babs. I've been hearing your story. He used that entire live stream, bringing up super chats while this girl is hunched over on a chair, fallen over on a chair at times, and just reading off super chats, just nonstop. You know, we're saving a life here, guys. Just totally clout chasing, and then left that video up after the girl asked him to take it down. And he's done other things where I've donated to the homeless, supposedly the homeless and food, and haven't seen him give it. You know what I mean? I'm telling you right now.
Hey, I got to back you up on that, because I seen one video that C-Val's doing. He was high. He was high on like goddamn shrooms.
He's using
right?
C-Fals as a.
Hang on. C-Pals was punching the fucking wall and broke his fucking hand, right?
I didn't know that.
Nobody in the panel was saying nothing to him, but the whole chat was like, yo, y'all need to check on C-Pals. And then he was like, hey, C-Pals, you good? C-Pals like, y'all good? He's like, oh, yeah, he's good. But, you know, and really he wasn't, bro. His hand, he showed his hand on the fucking screen. It was swollen and broken. Like, he was pissed off about the Ryan shit, but Tony didn't give a fuck.
He
Hey,
uses
Psycho,
he
Psycho.
uses everything.
Hey, guys, I'm going to talk about something important for once. So
everything
thank you.
on his
So
channel
Psycho, that IP you're going to get, make
Mm-hmm.
sure like with like an OVH, like a VPN, where the hacker just kind of gave her a bullshit kind of thing and scammed her.
Well, I'll know right away. Yeah,
That's a big thing people do nowadays,
Yeah,
especially
I'll know right away.
Oh, they do, but see, I got an IP.
I don't want to say this to be
folder.
bragging, but you guys got to understand. I got my first computer in 1993 before.
Right,
there was
so you know
internet.
what's up. Okay,
I
okay.
got an
I'm gonna
IP
check
folder.
around.
I pay
I have her
Bitcoin
number
for
now,
my
so I'm gonna give her some calls if I find anything.
I can pull any IP, bro.
And
Ma'am, if
I
you're
had
listening,
the first,
ma'am.
all you guys that are into gaming, you guys will enjoy this.
Oh, I do.
I got into playing Doom 2, okay, on my own computer. Now, in this day, you had to get a boot disk and shut down all the computer's resources to save them all for the game. So you had to boot from a floppy disk into the game, and then you'd play the game. Well, it had a multiplayer feature where if you were in the same room with somebody, you could connect together and play right through a network cable. Well, we built modem rollover banks, and I had a 64 phone line BBS with modem rollover banks and a game door that would shoot you right onto the Doom 2 server, and you could play multiplayer before anybody was doing it. It was called the Modem Combat BBS, and we ran it for 5 years. And then when that drive to play the game wore off, we turned it into an internet service provider. As internet came to town, MCInet put a T1 pipe through my area, and I bought a line to it, and we were providing internet to our family and friends before it was a thing. And that's a fact.
Yeah,
And,
dude, listen, I can pull IPs and I boot people offline all the time on GTA 5. Dog.
There was a young man that asked me a question earlier. Could someone get his IP off the internet, making a comment? And the answer to that is absolutely not.
Oh, I can get anybody's IP.
When you're making
a VPN, you can't do that.
When you're making a comment like on a website or something, your connection to that website is secure between you and the website, and everything is being hashed through a database. So there's no way to retrieve who's connecting. Once you reach a level 3 router, your MAC ID and your public ID is stripped. But I have servers that have my photos on my server.
You ever heard Snip?
So when you click on my fucking pictures, my server fucking log does have your IP.
Hey, trust me.
You guys are clicking around my fucking profile. You're just giving me your fucking IP.
Hey,
every
listen,
goddamn one of you.
There's a website called Sniff. bro. Trust me. You'll get all their IPs.
No. So you're looking for like a sniffer is literally to pull the IP. It's an IP grabber kind of thing. Unless you have Grabify, you're not going to pull an IP from a comment. I'm sorry to break it to you. I know a little bit. You're not going to get.
Well, no, I'm talking about.
sorry.
I don't care what you say,
correct you.
sir. You're not going to have
I didn't want to
anything.
embarrass you, but what you're saying is virtually impossible. You cannot get somebody's IP without having the server. The only way you're going to get someone's IP is only two ways you're going to do it.
You get them in
you
the
have
party
to have a
chat.
server running. Listen
Get
to
them
me,
in
and
the
I'm going to tell
party
you how it's done if you want to hear it from a pro. You got to have a server that's running a log, and that person has to make a direct connection between
Yeah,
them
it's called a
and
party
you.
chat on a console.
You can't go through a third-party website and peel an IP. It's fucking physically impossible.
Right.
And anybody that
I'm talking
says
about
they're
a
doing
party
it's a
chat on
liar.
console.
Just a liar.
So what Grabify is, it's an IP grabber. So they click a link and it gives you their IP, but I don't think it's geolocation.
Mute your
IP.
mic when you're not talking, Danielle Caps. I've got you in chat. A little bit of background noise. Just mute your mic till you're ready to talk, and then unmute it. If you
Yeah,
will.
I don't think it's geolocation with Grabify. It's just like general where the server's at. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on this whole, try to find out what I can and give her a call.
Okay.
You guys have a great day.
Yes,
That's
we
awesome.
Can. Go
Thank
ahead.
you.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. Go ahead.
What's the background noise?
There's a guy made a video from Ohio. He's saying that
Creek Squad.
you were talking to an underage girl.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, Lord.
There was
Here
no
we
underage
go.
girl, dude. That was just a spammer.
Here we
You
go.
low
Don't even
IQ
entertain it.
morons.
Don't even.
I mean,
Hey,
they got the IQs
Psycho.
of a child.
Hey,
They're
Psycho,
just
listen
infant.
to me. Don't even respond to that. Don't
No, I ain't going to.
don't
Ain't
respond to that.
idiots. Ain't nobody believes you, kid. You can spread that shit all you want.
Hey,
Nobody's gonna
don't-
believe it. It's
Exactly.
just silliness. It was just a troll, and I trolled him back.
Exactly.
And everybody
Don't-
that's got an IQ above a 4 knows it. The only people that are going to believe it are low IQ crack squad.
Hey,
And everybody already knows they're idiots.
hang on. Now I'm part of the Creek Squad, but
You're
not
Creek
everybody.
Squad, you're not Crack
Not
Squad.
all of them.
Unless you want to be Crack Squad, but I wouldn't
No,
want to be.
I'm part of this Creek. My YouTube is Creek Squad Live
Right.
Talks. Like,
Well,
you know what I mean?
then I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Crack Squad, the low IQ idiots. That,
Yeah, no, I
that-
get you, but like that dude there, don't give him no playtime. Psycho, don't give him no playtime. Don't even associate with him.
He's gone, dude. He's fucking gone.
I know, but don't even talk. That dude's a dumbass. You came here talking about the guy that you're talking to.
I'm glad you told me. I wouldn't have never been able to figure that out on my own.
His background was terrible, too.
Yeah, that dude's a
Like, if you're going to
dumbass.
troll
Don't come
somebody,
in here
do it.
talking
At
no
least
dumb
get your shit right, you know. Be
Yeah,
heard.
right? At least be heard. Stupid.
Psycho's a grown ass man, you fucking idiot. He's probably got a
Jesus.
wife, you fucking
I can't
weirdo.
believe these 30-year-olds think they can outwit somebody twice their age. It's just
I don't get it.
fucking infantile.
Well, I just turned 30 in June. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, motherfucker. We're not all dumbasses, okay?
Not all.
But no, I'm just saying though, that dude there, you have to be a dumbass. Like, why would you come on? Like, bitch, we ain't got time for your dumb shit. Like,
yeah, infantile. shit.
Now I feel like the troll is coming from Tony. Now they're coming to you now.
Hey, to the troll that was pretending to be a 16-year-old trolling me all day, wanting to come to my
Yeah.
house.
Give him
I've
the
got
big
2 Viagras
fuck
left. I've got 2 Viagras left.
You fuck.
I waited on you all day. I wasted a whole Viagra, and you didn't come. I've got 2 left. If you want to try again tomorrow, troll. There.
Fucking weirdo.
Patty, make
Man,
a
I
new
swear to-
video.
Dude, you'll be some motherfucking dumbasses in this YouTube shit that you don't even know how they live in life. Like, how do they get, like, how do y'all live in life? Like,
That's what I don't understand. When you're so low IQ that you can't
I think they're depressed
distinguish
people.
satire when it's making references to Scooby-Doo and stuff. What do they do when like their furnace quits working?
they gotta live
or
with
their
mommy
car
and
breaks
daddy.
down, or
They gotta live with mommy and daddy or grandpa or grampy.
something. It's crazy.
They do.
How you doing,
They
Jake?
can have their
Or,
own place.
Christina Skelton. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Glad to see you back.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
thank
Chris.
you. I was
Hi,
listening
Chris.
to that lady. That's why I came up here because I was listening to that lady. I was like,
Isn't
wow.
that something? Your heart just breaks, man.
Oh my
Jeez.
God.
I
Two
couldn't imagine.
years. That's crazy.
Yeah, I could not imagine. I could not imagine.
I feel for her.
It's horrible.
Nobody canoed over I can't believe that Crack Squad is still on this. That Zanime, after that video I played yesterday, making them look like complete idiots. They're still saying Zanime canoed over the dead body.
Yeah.
She's going to scuba
They
dive
can't come.
down.
They can't come back from where they're at right now. That's the thing. If they try to come back, they're going to look 10 times worse than they already do now. So they're going to continue the
Oh yeah, it's gonna
Hey,
continue the whole
Winston
time.
Smith, he says that's nothing special. People use a proxy. Guess what, Winston? Your proxy doesn't work at all when you fuck with somebody like me. I can strip you right through the level 3 router, strip your proxy away, and knock on your door. Fuck with me, I dare you. Now, these guys all witnessed a guy in my stream the other night that was shooting his mouth off, didn't believe I caught him. Did he or not freeze when I told him where he lived?
Yeah.
He just about shit his pants. Winston, you better learn your shit before you run your mouth. You don't know what you're talking about. You're fucking clueless.
Winston.
A proxy or a VPN will not help you if you're fucking with my shit, because I can strip you right through the level 3 router and go right to where you connected to the VPN or the proxy, just like the FBI does. So save it. You don't know what you're talking about. Click on my shit, troll my shit. I'm going to catch you. Every picture of me on the internet lives on a server in my closet. It's embedded, not posted. Study up on it. Yeah, Al Gore, yeah, he invented the internet, and the whole entire earth was going to be on fire in 2 years, and that was 9 years ago. You know, I can't believe you got infantile children that think they can challenge somebody that was messing with computers before they were born.
Hey,
yeah, like you know that kind of stuff when it comes to MMA, UFC. You know what I mean? When people try, everybody got their forte. You know what I mean? What they're good at and what they know for that are facts.
See, I'll give you guys. I'll share another little story with you. When I first did my very, 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 very first podcast, I was pissed off, and it was spontaneous. I was sitting here and I thought, how in the hell are these people going live? I got something to say, and boom, I just did it on the fly. I had my phone sitting on a coffee cup and a microphone pointed at it. And he sends me this long-winded message that he'll help me set it all. I said, dude, I don't need your help. I just wanted to know what the best, what's this? I had asked in my community, what's the best software? What's everybody like? What streaming software is everybody using? And that's the one I'll use. As far as the hardware, I wasn't asking for help with that. I just wanted to know what's the more popular streaming software, right? And this dude got offended because I didn't want to listen to his advice on how to set it up. And how clear was that phone call, kids?
I didn't see it.
It's patched straight into the board, son. It's something you
Oh
probably
yeah, it
couldn't
was
figure
good.
out. I did the month. You never know how I've done it. Well, how do you think I got that phone call? How do you think I got that phone call to ring right into the sound console, son?
Let me find out Ryan called your ass.
Yeah.
So am I understanding this correctly? You called him on his phone?
No,
No.
No, he was talking about Mary.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mary, whatever her name. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's the first call I've took on this setup. I made myself. I made the cords myself to use a USB microphone cord to a Android phone, and then I put a splitter on it and soldered in 2 1/4-inch jacks into it, patched it straight into the board.
You know what I noticed tonight?
Did that yesterday while I was fixing a car in between waiting on their battery to charge and coolant to drain.
Looks like Churchy's going after Johnny Cashville tonight on his last one I saw.
You know, and that's just sad. Let me tell you this. It's idle threats. Johnny Cashville's got solid contracts. If Ryan Upchurch tries to hose him that way, Johnny Cashville can pin him down, and he'll have to just pay Johnny Cashville cash for what he took from him. It's just infantile. Adam Calhoun's on many of Upchurch's records, and I think I can speak for Adam Calhoun and say he would never disrespect a female 2-time war veteran. In a million years, Adam Calhoun would never disrespect somebody like that, Ryan. So I guarantee you that Adam Calhoun has the exact same opinion as Johnny Cashville. What you're doing to this family, Ryan, is wrong. You need to
There's
stop.
no getting away from it. There's no getting away from it. Bottom line.
Unless you want to make a video, Ryan, saying that Adam Calhoun's like you and he thinks Zanime went and killed this child.
Yeah,
I doubt it. I seriously doubt anybody's going to join your nightmare besides Crack Squad. That's the only ones that want to live inside that imagination of yours.
I'll tell you where I came from. So, like, the first one I ever went on was Dodge and Zenime. And I jumped on, and then, like, I was on for like a minute. The first thing I said to her was, "Thank you for your service." Started to talk, and then I guess Ryan was in the back. So Dodge just took me off right away. Didn't say goodbye, nothing. Brought Ryan up. That's when all that debacle happened that night. You know what I mean? And I ended up going on the panel, like, I think 4 or 5, maybe 6 times after that. But it was like within like a 3-week period. Met a lot of cool people on the panel. And but I started noticing a trend where he was just using seafowls for stuff on there. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like nonstop, you know what I mean? Just they'll try to find Seafowl's love and really embarrassing him, and, call him the carny and stuff like that. But Seafowl's thought that, Tony was this good person. Nobody talks to him anymore. He abuses moderators, meaning like, flirted with them. There's a lot of stuff going around. That's why he's on memberships only. Doesn't want anybody in there.
Bro, he literally got like probably over $100 when Ryan did that shit. He really got over $100 in fucking private or super chats because he put it on members only. He literally had Ryan Upchurch's people donate money. They were saying shit, back in Ryan, but he would delete the comment but take the money.
Wow.
Yeah.
100%. I was in there. I've seen that shit.
He's not a good man, and he uses people. And I have a 20K. I work for a 20K gambling, sports YouTube page, and I'm just new to all this.
Oh, nice! I'll subscribe to you, brother. Yeah, I'm trying to hit 1K.
I'm not coaching,
so I can
I'm not
gonna
unless Babbles gives me the okay with it. But what I'm getting at is the amount of trolls that troll with Ryan. I don't think he realizes the damage like you have put out there is going to do and has done on these certain families.
But now I do gotta say this, Psycho. I am a Creek Squad. I'm a Ryan fan, and so are you. Not all of us Creek Squads are fucking retarded, okay? Or like dumbasses. That
100%.
Whatever he said. Not all of us. I am a Creek Squad. I'm redneck as hell, but not all of us are like believing the dumb shit. Okay, now you went too far when you said the girl was fake. I quit believing what you're talking about. Now you went too far.
There you go.
Way too far.
Hey,
now.
Ryan, and that's the exact same way Johnny Cashville feels, Ryan. Johnny Cashville loves you. I've never heard him say a bad thing about you.
Right.
He's just not down with what you're doing to Zanime.
Nah, you went way too far when you said that girl was fake. Now, I kind of believe some shit. Like, I was kind of, okay, cool, I'll check into it. But when you said the girl was fake, and I'm like,
I thought the one legitimate thing he had was Ronnie and Ikmail actually knowing each other. And then once that got debunked, I was like, and then after that was she's not real, and I was like, whoa.
The not real part. The not real part was
in last month. You know what I mean? He's a talented artist, and I think
that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I think that's what he should concentrate.
Well,
on.
that not real shit that just threw me off, Ryan. Like, I want you to know that, bro. Like, I'm still behind you, but I won't like believe anything you say right now, because when you said that girl wasn't real, man, come on, man. Now you went way too far with all these conspiracy shit, man. You went way too far.
My brother overdosed in 2016. It wasn't real.
And like Babble said, you can delete it, but it's all over Twitter.
The hurricane. You know what I mean? Like it's
right.
She was in over 10 yearbooks. Over 10 yearbooks.
I know.
10 yearbooks.
I know.
Yeah,
I saw
that's
them all,
crazy.
and I'm just sitting there going, "Oh my god!" It's just him sitting there. There's no pictures of her, and there's just mountains of them.
Yeah,
There's
and it's
no
like the
pictures of
people
the
that
party. I've
the
saw
creep.
probably 200 pictures from that party, at least. They're
Hey,
everywhere.
the Cree
Pictures
squad
all
that
over
is
the place of
still
that
the
party.
Cree squad that still believes him and believes that, bro. Y'all
Yeah.
got some serious problems. Like I'm Cree squad 100, baby, and you know what I mean. But if you're backing him about the girl's not real, y'all got problems, brother. Y'all
Yeah.
got serious problems. Like
I
that
know,
girl's
man.
real,
It's
and
bad.
that girl was real, man.
I need to address something in
Y'all
chat.
fucked up.
I'm honest with dude. You've been trolling me for the last 3 or 4 times. I've said this about Tony. Yes, Tony is not a good person.
Nah, that
He is
boy
not a good person.
Why can't Tony, as an adult, have an adult-oriented insomniac show that adults
He
attend?
can't,
What is
bro.
the
All
problem
he's
with
gonna
that?
do is turn to
He's
your
a
mama.
goddamn grown man. He's allowed to do that.
Your
He's
mama.
allowed to be kinky. He's
Your
allowed to do
mama.
all
No,
that.
it's not that. No, it's not
Your
that.
mama.
There was serious times on there when I was on there that he was just simply.
Then why were you there?
There was people on there that we cared about, like for instance, Seafouls.
Bro,
we were trying to get him to
all
stop
he
drinking.
does is go your
He was
mama.
drinking a bottle a day. We were trying to get him to drink, less beer. That there's reasons why I was there, Babs. It wasn't because of Tony. And then once
Right.
all that
Dude,
shit
listen,
literally
it's falling
turns to
on
your
deaf
mama
ears
does.
because what your opinion of Tony is irrelevant in the fact that he's being accused of going and gangbanging this child.
I already said it earlier.
Fucking-
That's bullshit.
I know.
already
I'm
said-
not saying you. I'm saying all these other knuckleheads. Talking just pure, absolute, utter nonsense.
Yeah.
Let me share a little screen
that's
with
bullshit.
you.
He just
Hey,
used
UFC
Tony
guy, what
to
is
get
your
over
name, by the
himself.
way? Hey, UFC guy, what's your name? I don't want to keep calling you UFC.
What's that sitting in the corner of the same room I'm in?
Boston.
What is that?
That
I can't
is-
really see it, Psycho. I see the 2 screens or whatever, but the right side, I'm on an iPhone 12, so it's
Oh, okay. Well, you're looking at a server rack with about $8,000 worth of ISP equipment.
no, I see that, but you said what's on the right side. I see plaques, but I don't see what it is.
Well, you're missing the point. The point is it's sitting in the same room I'm in right now with the same wall, with the same paneling, with the same carpet. We just literally just sold it just 6 months ago.
Oh, I wasn't saying nothing about it.
No, I'm not talking to
know
you,
what-
brother. There's more people here besides you. You're not the only one here.
Okay, I thought you asked and he said, "What do you see?" I was asking, "What do you want me to look at?" Because
It's not always about you, brother. Not always
I got
about
you. I got you.
An anonymous dude in the chat. No, I do not want to punch you, but I've seen you say a couple things like that when I've broken this down so many times about the dude.
Yeah. It's just, I don't care. It's if Tony wants to be a pervert on his own podcast, who am I to say he can't?
Now, Psycho, hey, you're 100% right about that. But now let me ask you.
You weren't asked to go there. No one held a gun to your head. No one made you go there and do anything.
Let me ask you this question.
That's
though,
why I
Psycho.
left.
You're right about that. But now, anybody in this panel right now, who would joke about being a pedophile? I'm just saying.
He didn't joke about being a pedophile.
Yes,
I'm
he
not
did.
going to let
It's
you
on
say
his
it. If you
video.
say it,
I've
I'm going
seen
to
the
kick you out of here.
video.
If I hear you say it again, I'm going to boot you. He was being sarcastic. You need to fucking grow up. It was a goddamn joke. And I'm tired of it being pulled out of context by immature people. He was kidding. It was a joke. Just like the joke I made that Patty Lynn just tried to turn into something. A troll bothering me all day, wanting to know where I live because they were going to come to my house. And my comment was, well, I only have 2 Viagra left, so head on over here.
Hey, Psycho.
It was a joke. A joke. You know what a
okay,
joke
I
is?
get that.
It was a joke. It's probably what he shouldn't have said. That's all I'll say.
No, he
Yeah.
was fine to joke about it.
No,
he was
who
fine to joke
jokes
about
about
it on his
that?
own podcast, on his own show that's about adult content. He absolutely is allowed to do that. And this is what problem I got with Gen Z. There's something wrong with you people.
I'm 38.
My
I'm not a Gen
generation,
Z.
when we didn't like something, we just didn't fuck with it. We just didn't fuck with it. To each his own. And here you guys are acting like he commits a crime because he does his own podcast the way he wants to, doing adult-related comedy.
Oh, I'm not saying he committed a crime. I'm just saying he's not a good person.
And
had
knock
nothing
it
to do with
off.
that.
I mean,
It had
goddamn,
nothing
it ain't
to do
about
with
a
that. It
Bash
has to do
Tony show. I don't know the guy, but I'm not going to stand here and let people stretch the truth.
I'm not saying anything
Babel,
about that. I didn't
all
bring that
I
up.
was
I'm talking about
saying
the other
was
stuff.
it wasn't right to joke about that type of shit. That's all.
Yes, it is. If it's an adult-oriented comedy show, it sure as hell is.
Okay. I'm not arguing. I was just, that's all I wanted
Jesus
to say.
fucking Christ. Have
That's
you
the
not
thing,
ever watched Saturday Night Live?
That
Ever?
show isn't always about that. I think that if you even look at that.
Do you think
tag-
everything they say on Saturday Night Live is something they mean?
No, of course not.
Well, then why does Tony have to be everything he says he means?
Because it was.
Do you really think he was going to go get a kid? Do you really believe that's what he was going to do?
No,
Do
it
you?
was just the
Then
way it
why
was
are you
tagged.
saying it and why are you implying it?
No,
it was a
who's
joke,
implying it?
and I'm tired of hearing about a joke. A joke.
Nobody's
That was
implying.
pulled
Like I
out
said,
of
the whole
context.
gangbang thing
joke
was
that was
ridiculous.
pulled out of context.
That whole gangbang thing was ridiculous. But do I think
My
he should have said the other
podcast is
thing?
about the truth. My podcast is about facts. My podcast is about reality, and I won't have it. It was a joke.
All right. Hey, all I wanted to ask. I won't say nothing about it again. I'm sorry.
Jesus fucking Christ, man. Don't watch it. If you don't like him, just don't watch him. It's a really simple solution. Now, I want to show you guys another picture.
That happened a week or so after I even left that that channel. I just heard about it.
Well, Ryan bringing him up in
It's
any
an
of it
Insomniac
is just
adult
to
comedy show. Insomniac adult comedy show. So I am fairly fucking certain on an adult Insomniac comedy show, you're going to hear some adult related content that's tacky and funny.
Yeah, but for 3 weeks, it was all about the case, and then it just automatically just switched to something different. So everybody on panel.
But did he lie about the theme of the show? Did he mislead you?
Oh yeah.
No, I don't think so, because the show was titled All Night Insomniac.
Yeah, but they would have everybody went in there to talk about a certain thing. I was on panel multiple times. I'm not lying to you, Babs. I mean, I watched.
Well,
stuff.
if you guys want to actually believe he meant that, then I just feel sorry.
No, I already
for
said
you.
I don't think he did.
Then why are you talking about it?
I'm saying
I don't understand.
what he's done since.
If you're willing to admit he was a joke, then why do you keep trying to turn it into something that ain't?
I'm not
That's
turning
just
into what,
shit,
I'm
man.
not,
That's
I'm
just shit.
No, I'm not turning.
You shouldn't do that.
I'm not turning.
Now,
to
you
what
see
he
right
said.
there. There's a
Listen,
LAN network.
I'm
You're
not
looking at
turning
a
what he
picture.
said. I'm turning what he's done on the podcast.
I don't want to hear about what Tony does on his podcast anymore.
All right.
It's his podcast. If you don't like it, don't watch it.
Well, I don't.
There's a picture of a LAN network in 1990. I would say that's circa 1996. Got a few more here. I'll show you. We used to have LAN parties, and everybody would pack their computers over, and then we'd hook them all together on a big network cable. Now, you got to understand, there wasn't no internet. You couldn't connect to other people. There was no internet. So the only way you could link computers together to play games was if we were in the same room, until we solved that issue. And we were able to dial in and play, dial in through modems and play Doom 2. And it was quite the popular setup. We sold an unlimited membership for $55. And I had people that were, I could only handle 64 people at a time. And it was, people would stay up all night till one of them lines come open so they could get on there and play. It was a pretty popular deal for its time because nobody was doing it. Let's see what this one is. Here you go. This is a real good picture here. That computer to the right was mine. That's my buddy sitting to the left. And him and I are the ones that used to just do some serious hacking to solve our own problems. How do we dial each other to play a game? How do we trade pictures over the modem? You understand, this was all command line. Windows hadn't been released yet. There was no click. Everything you did, you had to type. It was quite the treat. But yeah, you guys stuck on this stupid of not being able, wanting to pull jokes out of the context of a comedy skit and use them as a statement is just wearing thin. That is
I agree. I don't have anything to do with those statements. I'm talking about during his.
Yeah, just don't worry about it. If you don't want to watch Tony, my advice is don't watch it. If he's doing something that offends you, stay away from him.
Yeah, I'd be on panel and he'd be using somebody that's overdosing in front of him.
Yeah. It is what it is. It says, you know, let me just leave this with you, okay? I can promise you there was a lot worse shit going on the internet that you didn't see. For sure. There's some really sick people in the world. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I agree with you, Francis. Yeah, that's something that's really new that I see right now today. I just started noticing this 20 years ago, where y'all don't like something, and instead of you just not messing with it, you want to like make sure no one else is allowed to mess with it either. And what happened to personal choice and personal taste and just not consuming something? I mean, do you go to a bookstore and buy a book you know you're not going to like?
I was just giving my opinion. I didn't know that was gonna, get you.
Well,
get you upset.
but you went beyond your opinion to
No, I did
calling
not.
him a pedophile and all that.
I never said that. Whoa,
Well, you implied it.
No,
he
that was
said
not me.
pedophile.
That was Bud
that
Light.
was the
I
other
don't know
dude.
your
Okay,
name.
I apologize. You're right. It was the other guy. A joke pulled out of context.
The only reason why anybody's talking about Tony right now is because Ryan Upchurch used him.
Dark humor, exactly right.
His
man.
name.
Some of the funniest. Dark humor can be some of the
Get it off
funniest
him.
humor.
Well, I was
I mean,
on there, so I had my own. Stuff.
Saturday Night Live used to be in the 70s when, or in the 80s when John Belushi was addicted to cocaine, and on Saturday Night Live, man, that stuff was lit. Nothing like what you see today. It was hardcore dark humor, and man, you'd just be rolling listening to that shit. Some of it was really good. Yeah, if you want to see some funny stuff, go back and watch Saturday Night Live skits from the 80s.
I watch all of them. It's the best.
They're funny, man. Whew.
I love Saturday Night Live. Best, but back in the day, it's not great now.
Yeah, they've
And I'm
gotten
38,
woke.
I'm
It's
not
all
young,
woke
but-
shit now, and I just can't even stomach it anymore. I mean, yeah, I had to go straight dad, didn't I? But I mean, come on, man, quit that. You got to treat people fair. If you're going to criticize somebody, you have to come from a position of being fair and honest. Then criticize something, and then you'll be respected for it, even if you're wrong. If you investigate, or if you do your due diligence to build your opinion, then even if your opinion's wrong, it'll still be respected. But if you run off into left field into some wild speculation, exaggerating and pulling stuff out of context, you lose credibility.
All right, so I have due diligence done by a couple people that are on panel that I'm not even going to say his name anymore, had reached out and been more than extra flirty with, to the point where uncomfortability.
I mean, I don't know the guy. Everybody thinks I'm like friends. I don't know the guy. I watched one of his podcasts, the ones Anime was on. That is it.
Yeah, same.
Someone sent it to
I
me.
can't stomach the guy's voice.
I didn't watch true crime channels. I never watched a true crime channel till the time that this all started with Ryan attacking these people. That's when I started watching.
He turned on her for views and super chats. I think I got a super chat.
Yeah, his voice is annoying, but that's as far as
I got a super chat. I mean, that's funny. You know what I mean?
Hey, just so you know, this dude, he says, Babel and Tony I'd sat in a tree with Tony and listened to his jokes. Some of the shit he said is pretty funny.
I can't stomach his voice.
I love the way he was
being.
When Ryan tried to turn it into something sexual or something serious, and Tony was just being sarcastic, going, "It was your mom. It was your mom. We were going to gang." I was pissing myself. That shit was funny. I'm sorry, but Upchurch thought he was backing Tony into a corner, and Tony was just firing back, being his sarcastic self, and it was great.
It was a stupid accusation again from Ryan because, again, I mean, did he really?
Anybody that says you don't get spam text is lying.
Even if it was about a gang, right? Real quick, Babs. Even if it was about a gangbang, okay, but it wasn't about Kylie.
No,
that's we were.
He's allowed to be in gangbang. He's allowed to be in one if he wants to.
He only brought him into it to get everybody's eyes off of him.
Yep,
that's all it is.
I had two girls gangbang me, and I didn't feel like a victim. I felt like a winner when it was over. I mean, yeah. So,
I've heard a lot of definitions about it. Where I come from,
there's only one definition, and then the real one is group sex among consenting adults.
Yeah, when they try to say that it's it's the R word, whatever. No, it's
Yeah,
not
it's
even
not.
close.
Not even
It's so
close.
stupid. They're
It's
only
multiple. It's
they're only
multiple
doing
sexual
that to
partners.
make it worse.
It's multiple sexual partners put
Yes,
into a two-letter word, gang. You know what I
that's
mean?
all it is.
And it shouldn't be. Maybe it shouldn't be called that. Maybe it should be called like group sex. But that's what it really is, unless it's non-consensual. I mean,
Hey, Salty.
I've never been in
Hey,
one. The
I
threesome.
gotta have the mods check and see if you're 18. Do you have an ID or anything? Salty Bobo, because you look to me to be about 12, and this is an adult show.
Oh my God! So
You know,
leave
when age
Ikamel's
restricted.
name out of your mouth, idiot. Don't bring Ikamel up here.
Jeez.
He has nothing to do with anything.
So have you guys seen where people's putting out that this little girl went missing in Tony's neighborhood and they're trying to connect him to that?
Yeah, I saw that.
This poor guy cannot get away from it.
No, and they're just doing it to get the eyes off of Ryan.
Tony, if you happen to listen, if I was you, just keep on being your sarcastic self and just hand it right back to him.
Just ignore it. Who cares,
Yeah.
man?
It's just stupidity.
No.
And I would like to know, Tony, if you donated that $35 to the homeless in food that I donated. That's one thing I would like to know as well. $35 is.
Well, ask him. I don't know. You have to go over there and ask him. I wouldn't have any way to know.
You have to have a membership.
Some of these comments were killer. I got to get caught up on them.
Also, did you watch the videos of that Vaughn Speak, whatever? I can't remember. Vaughn Holding Speak or something. I don't remember what the YouTube was, but somebody suggested it to you the other night and wanted you to put it up on your channel, and you said you wasn't going to until you watched the videos. Did you ever watch them?
It. It's just that guy's opinion. His opinion.
Yeah.
And he's very
I watched it too.
He comes on very strong with it.
wild speculation. A lot of wild speculation. You can't do that. You can't be saying, here's what happened, and give your speculation. That's just
he's speaking in matter of fact.
No freaking way. That guy, just like Ryan Upchurch, has no human way possible of knowing a damn thing that happened there. He wasn't there. So all he can do is just make assumptions and pull words out of context and try to turn them into something. And I'm sorry, I went and watched it. I did what I said I would do. And my opinion is he's just a fucking blowhard with his own opinion.
Yeah, I figured the
didn't see
same
anything
thing.
factual. I didn't see anything in concrete. All I
No,
saw
he
was a guy
speak-
eloquently delivering his opinion.
Yeah, he speaks very matter of fact also, and that can really, really mess up people's lives. You
Never
know?
do that. Never speak in absolutes unless you're certain.
Especially with all them girls going to college, and that's just really a no area. I feel like
He wasn't he knew exactly what to say. What Tony did that night when Ryan tried to do that to him, I'm answering this guy's question in chat, is he was being sarcastic right back. And Ryan didn't even frazzle him. I don't know where you guys get that. You must have watched something totally different than I saw, because I saw Tony just being sarcastic and grinning at him and just fucking ignoring him like a child. He was
he took it as a joke, and Ryan went in too serious, and Tony kept it strictly, ha ha.
kept
Let's
being
keep it light.
sarcastic and saying it was your mom, dude. I was banging your mom. Yeah, we do it all the time.
I guess I would have done different. I would have tried to be more concrete about it. Like, come on, bro. I mean, come on, bro. I mean, you know what I mean? Like something like that.
But at that point, there's no sense in that because he's already made up his mind. So the "come on, bro" is not even gonna hit him. So it's just really going in one ear and out the other. So you might as well say something he'll actually listen to, because I mean, the "come on, bro" is past. He was past listening to that.
That's ridiculous.
I would have.
If you guys can't recognize comedy and leave comedy in the context of comedy, then you're just failing yourself, man. You're building fake monsters to believe in, and it's a
My
waste
mom
of
took the
time.
shower in 2012 and hit her head, so I guess I don't talk. It's one thing. I just don't talk about others. I guess that's just what I mean.
You're right,
Yeah,
right. But just don't watch him, man. If you're offended by what he's doing, my advice.
No, I didn't watch it. I
Amen.
just saw the video come out.
I don't watch his ass.
The video came out.
I don't either.
I'm like, oh shit.
His voice just gets in my skin. I can't.
Yeah, I flipped out the first time I saw it. I got a feeling that's a character that he plays.
It could be. It could be.
I hope so.
I hope it is right.
Everybody's like that.
Watch the video of him going to the pregnant lady's house. That I could have someone, if you want, come here and tell the story that supposedly she was offering somebody they were talking about that needs help, as you know, earlier in their, you know, money for sex. So
that happens in every city.
No, well, no, it was the lady that was adopt her baby. It was a lady that was trying to adopt the baby on his stream. Ended up
there's about 6,000 girls on Snapchat, OnlyFans, and Instagram doing the exact same thing right now.
So, does anybody watch Gotcha Man?
Oh yeah, we just played his video.
Oh, did you see? I come in late. I just got home from work.
Oh, yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, it was funny as hell.
Oh my gosh, that man cracks me up. He has the best sense of humor. His videos are great.
I want to take a little bit of glory away, because when he first got started, he used to rush his punchline real bad. And I kept preaching at him to slow the punchline down. You got to slow the punchline down, buddy. And he did, and god damn, is it effective. Man.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. He does so great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went and listened to all the ones he had.
Yeah. You got
like 3 of them, I think.
You got to be
did 2
relaxed
yesterday.
when delivering a punchline. You have to be relaxed and just speaking like you're telling a true story.
Mm-hmm.
Don't rush it. Don't rush up to the punchline because you're trying to remember it and get it out real quick. Slow down. And smooth delivery, nice and slow. And
it literally makes my day how bad he gets under Johnny Gobble's skin. Oh my God, it eats him alive. It literally makes my day how bad it gets to him.
Hey,
is this Gobble guy?
Hoosier says Cycle Babble would know all about OnlyFans. I'm sure you stay on the creep. Yeah, me and my wife doing OnlyFans all the time.
I got feed pics coming out
And
soon.
if you were 18, I could let you watch, but sorry, I can't, man. You got to wait till you're 18, dude. My wife's a 10, and yeah, so you'll just have to wait, see what that looks like.
I've never been on my OnlyFans. I thought it was called OnlyFans.com. It's my OnlyFans.
I don't know. Who knows? I'll check it out.
Wait, are you for real on OnlyFans? No homo.
No.
Sarcasm, people. Sarcasm.
Sarcastic with
Oh my
these people.
God.
My God. Where has sarcasm lived
No,
for the
no,
years?
Is 63 years old.
No, bro. Hey, it's 2022. I can't listen. Sarcasm does
fair
not
statement, I guess.
fucking exist.
It's because of everybody now.
This is what happened to poor Tony Dodge.
You really think 2 63-year-old foster parents are on OnlyFans?
I wouldn't
You
put
really
it
believe
past
that?
you. Oh,
I got
that's how much respect I have for
Well, you know, it's really expensive raising kids these days.
Yeah.
I just found out a friend of mine. Her name's I don't want to say just actually. Her name's Sarah. She's beginning a high demand on Twitter for feet pics. So now she's making I guess OnlyFans account or my OnlyFans account for feet pics.
But you understand that there is nothing filthy about an OnlyFans. Just because it's an OnlyFans doesn't mean they're doing raunchy stuff. There's plenty of more girls are
There's
just
gamblers on
very,
there.
very attractive, very well built, and they're like washing a car in a bikini.
Not even that. There's gamblers
out there. Simps want to pay them
giving
to
out
watch
gambling
them
advice.
wash a car. Good for them. That's all I got to say.
No
wife said this
shit.
a
Have
million
at
times.
it.
She said, if this internet was alive when I was in my 30s, I'd have never worked another day. She had the body to do it. She could have did an OnlyFans and they would have been sweating because she had the body to do it. I mean, that woman could rock a bikini. She could still rock one today, even though it would be a little inappropriate. But she could rock a bikini like hard till she was 50. I mean, like seriously rock one. And,
well, hell, you know, they got them ones that look for just them big girls too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And, you know, and like, okay, you know, you guys have all heard of Whistling Diesel. His wife does an OnlyFans. That's just her washing her truck in a bikini. She's a damn good looking lady. She's got a nice figure, and these simps will pay to see it. And it's not dirty. It's not filthy. It's stupid people paying. Which is
right. Making money legally.
No kidding.
They pay to see
it ain't no different than
underwear,
a model photographs.
Everything.
Hey, she's making money with her clothes on. More power to her.
Yeah.
Oh God! Someone in the chat said they should make her OnlyFans for. Oh, I'm not gonna read that out loud.
What is this?
Oh Lord!
Yeah.
I'm gonna do one for the opposite.
Same lady. Yeah, these comments are killing me.
The crazy part is like for men it's harder because women we don't give a shit. You know, we don't. You know how
I
many
know Adventures with Purpose. You know, I hope, you know, I can't ever get rid of that car. They got to keep it forever. And
Is that
if
actually
agree with Ryan
thing?
on something, he'll come take it back.
Is he getting?
Did he donate it?
Giving it?
I don't.
Did
know.
he actually give it to him?
I don't know.
Supposedly
I don't
they're
think
doing their theme song, maybe if they pick him, but
Oh God.
Ryan's been saying a lot.
That's gonna be a bad look for them.
Yeah, that
Ryan's
could
been
take
saying a lot
Babel,
of stuff.
I would
that's
like
not
to
true.
ask you this. So, did you watch? I'm sure you watched AWP's video. So, what do you think about what they put out in their comments about the tow driver or the AAA guy?
My opinion is, if that video showed what we were led to believe it would show, somebody be in jail right now.
Yeah,
I agree.
So it just doesn't show what we were led to believe it would show. It's obvious.
See, that's what I was thinking also. And then I seen this stream where, you know, one of them had come on there and he was like, yeah, the police have for sure identified, you know, the people that was in the video. We're just waiting to put out our next information. But it just seems like if that was the case and they was really going to make an arrest, they wouldn't be allowed to say them things publicly, you would
On
think.
the record, they, from what I understand, they've never saw the video. The video was supposed to be locked away somewhere in the cloud, and they had gave the police a link to it. No, they hadn't seen it, but all I'm saying is if the police had a video of that girl the next day with somebody that said they didn't see her, that person would be in jail.
And
Period.
I think AWP they're doing great things, but they did a poor job on this. It's not a cold case, so it's different.
That
so
Doug misspoke
Yeah,
several times.
AWP is saying that it wasn't Kylie there. It was another girl.
Jared is the one that's. But
I didn't listen to the other two guys. I never caught any of those other two guys.
Yeah, I've caught them
I
all.
did see Doug's, and he
Yeah,
misspoke
he used the
times.
one that was saying that it was a different girl that was there that next morning, not Kylie.
Right. Yeah. Well, he also said that was a 4-wheel drive road. Nobody would drive down. I counted 14 cars. 14
quick,
cars. And in the back
video
of the
today-
shot, when they were diving on the car, there was a family blowing up water toys and lighting a
Yeah.
hibachi grill on a minivan.
And yeah, I was saying, and people cooking out just right over across
I
from
mean,
that.
goddamn, obviously people drive back there every day. And
Real
I'm sure
quick,
Kylie's been back there. That wasn't her first time back there. That was not her first time back there. She lived right there. I guarantee she'd been back that road 1,000,000 times.
Probably.
In the glare
I'd
video
say.
today, it's important because a lot of people are in there. He was, dogging AWP and whatnot, and for certain reasons, but they started bringing up how much they make, and it was like $750,000 a year from what they could. With 20 employees, you do the math. That's less than $50K a year. You know what I mean?
And plus all the equipment that they're constantly buying, hotels and food and travel.
No, they ought to be millionaires. They ought to get
top,
paid.
you know.
Yeah, absolutely. They deserve as much money as they can get.
I mean,
Listen, just
they're
because they're
probably-
sonar
I would
experts,
say
this is another
Jared's
thing Gen
getting
Z does.
150, Doug's getting 75 a year. You know what I mean? But if they're putting 80% of their time into all this, that means they can't work to provide it for their family. So they should be making more than what was pulled up. You know what I mean? I mean, 750K is what they're estimated to make on their YouTube.
That's about a third of what they ought to be getting.
And merch.
Yeah, I see a lot of Gen Z do something else that's just very annoying, and that is they godlike people. Like if they see Adventures with Purpose do something really awesome, they're really good with sonar and they found the car right away, right? Well, Gen Z takes the position that they just are experts at everything.
Yeah, and they're
not
like
experts at
godlike.
everything.
I
They're
know.
only
Oh my
experts
God.
at sonar. They aren't experts.
Yeah, they
at
must know about
cars.
everything.
They aren't experts at crashes. They aren't experts at missing people. They aren't experts at what kids do. They just know how to use sonar.
Or what a body does when it's underwater for so many days.
All right. They wouldn't know any of that. They'd
Right.
have knucklehead opinions just like we do.
Exactly.
I will argue my opinion is just as valid as theirs as far as the way
For
the
sure.
car went in the water. It's just a knucklehead opinion, and his is too. He wasn't.
Yeah, they're experts in pulling cars out, not how they went in.
When they
The
get to
video
the
they
car,
did
it's on the
was-
bottom.
was not right because it's going to come out that it was an accident, and then their video looks like it wasn't an accident, and they should have
Yeah,
just.
if you want to
they did it
see
wrong.
that explained in detail, For those of you that didn't see last night's podcast, watch the first half hour. You'll see it in great detail.
They should have just left it at rest out. I mean, the police should let them pull the car out because we already know they.
No, they can't. They
I have
can't.
one more question.
There's a body in the car.
They've been allowed to pull cars out.
No, not when there's a body in the car. They can't.
So
they put out bodies in the car many times.
No.
Yes,
I'm
on
telling
AWP,
you now,
they
you
do.
can't.
They do. They should have
So,
supervised it. They should have
Babble.
supervised
Other than when she come on your podcast.
A live body in there. No, they wasn't decomposed. Or I mean, she was.
Go ahead. She had a question.
So other than whenever Miss Patty Lynn come on your podcast, has Ryan or Patty Lynn, either one, tried to reach out to you?
No.
Patty Lynn was on this podcast once.
That's what I said. Besides when she was on the podcast.
She came on here to White Night, and
she come on. She come on there out of love.
White Night. She didn't come on here to say what my son's done's terrible and we're not about this and I'm sorry this is.
Well, yeah, because why can't she at least? Why can't she at least say, you know, I heard him calling them fat cows and stuff, and I do not condone that, and I'm very disappointed.
Told her a lot worse than that.
You know, that's what I'm saying. But like, she wants to say, oh, we need to stand up and fight against all these people that are disrespecting women. Well, why can't she say, I know my son said this, and I know he said this, and I do not agree with that.
Yeah, if
but for now on,
the way women are treated, she needs to start right there at home.
That's what I'm saying. She needs, if she's going to put out stuff like that, she needs to at least say, and I know that, you know, Ryan said this and Ryan said that, and, you know, and that's in the past. And we're going to try to work just something, you know, we're going to try to work on that, or, you know, he shouldn't have said it, just something.
Yes.
You know?
Hey, you know, I don't agree with what my boy said, you know what I mean? You know, I'm going to talk to him about him and his mama, and that's it. That's all she had to say.
Well, when their mom's being a jerk and making videos justifying what their son's doing, yeah, I think she's deserves a roasting. My mother would have slapped me upside my head.
Smacked my mouth so quick. Oh my gosh.
Everybody, don't you listen to this idiot child of mine. That's what my mother would have said.
I'm 32 years old.
She would have said to everybody, don't you listen to a word my idiot child saying he's a dumbass.
Yeah.
That's what
I'm 32 years old. My mom still would have smacked my lips and told me not to open my mouth if I couldn't talk with any if I couldn't speak nothing more than nonsense.
Listen,
my mom would have smacked me so quick.
Let me tell you something. Life's a dream. Well, I'm going to read Life's a Dream's question. He says, Psychobabble, please stop defending that a-hole Dodge. Must be talking about Tony. Is that his last name?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that wimp wouldn't defend you. Okay, let me tell you about a thing called integrity. Life's a dream. You have to be willing to defend your worst enemy if you know that they are being wrongfully persecuted. It's very important that you do that. If you know for certain somebody is being wrongfully persecuted, you must speak up, because once you open the door to allowing innocent people to be persecuted, you open the door for yourself to be persecuted for something you didn't do. And this seems to be lost on Gen Z. I'm very worried that Gen Z has a mob street justice attitude where they'll get all up in their feelings and destroy somebody before they have all the facts, because they act reactionary and by feelings instead of facts, and they let their feelings trump facts. And that's ridiculous. You have to be willing to defend. If you allow your worst enemy's rights to be violated, you open the door for your rights to be violated.
Those accusations were
Secondly, if you are willing to defend your worst enemy when you know for certain they're being persecuted for something they didn't do, even your enemies will have respect for you.
And I hear what you're saying.
You ought to try to wear that shirt for a while. Life's a dream. That's the best advice I can give you.
And
you didn't have no father in the home growing up.
He's totally commenting
there's
on
that advice for you, and I hope you carry it with you.
And he's totally commenting on the fucking IG messages, and he's totally commenting on the other thing. But there's a but there, which he doesn't know about.
So KP, I'm 63, and I could work circles around you and everybody you know. I had young men couldn't keep up with me. I used to bust. If some guys out there are mechanics and know how flat rate works. When I was in a dealership, I was running 200 to 300 flat rate hours a week. compared to everybody else maybe hitting 50. So yeah, I'm a workhorse, man. I've always been that way. I've just 100% apply myself when I'm doing
Good.
something.
These are to do in life. If you don't apply yourself, you're fucking not gonna succeed in life.
Yeah, you got to, man.
But back to real quick,
especially when you
what
have
he
no
was talking
family, you
about-
have no support. You know, I
Yeah, I
survived
agree.
2 vicious divorces alone with absolutely zero support from anybody. And yeah, it makes you strong. That's why this shit falls short on me. You guys ain't kind of bother me with your juvenile shit.
Well, that's what you can't
I'll
let
tell you what, my past 3 years, I lost my mama. And then my husband and my daughter and my son got in a car wreck and died about a year and a half later. And then 6 months after that, my grandpa, which is the only one I had left, he finally died. And so I'll tell you what, I learned a life's lesson. It's just life is too short to be miserable for one other person. And I tell you what, you grow up a lot when you get things taken away from you, and you know.
You know, all you knuckleheads that are talking about, you know, the troll that was not a 16-year-old girl. It was some dude with a girl's name that was trolling me all day long. I'm coming to your house. Where do you live? I'm coming to your house. So I gave her the fucking address. I said, come on. My Viagra's only going to last 2 hours. You better get your ass over here. That's what we're making a video about. I hope they wear their fucking self out.
Oh my God, I bet Patty Lynn's just jumping in her chair.
It was probably like a 30-year-old man. That's the funny part.
Oh, I guarantee it was. No 16-year-old girls on my channel telling me she's coming to my house. That just didn't happen.
It was some troll that literally had that much time in their day, which means
they're trying to get him every which way, just like they did last night.
The message, so they got to
with
tear
their
the
words.
They're trying to get video content.
Yeah, that just like they came on here saying the bad words on here because they want to get your thing pulled. That's why they did that.
Yeah, I don't pay
It's so
much attention to
stupid.
that private
I
chat,
know
I'll
it's
be honest
dumb.
with you. I'm more
But,
interested
like a
in
man, like
people
you say,
wanna
Pep, I stand what I
up front.
say. Tony Dodge is not a good person. Has nothing to do with those 2 comments.
But do you know him personally?
I've been on there 5 or 6 times. And
Being on a podcast does not mean a thing.
You understand
It's
he's
not
playing a
somebody's true
character.
person.
He's playing a
Yeah,
character.
just
Come on, you cannot base something upon that. And the fact that you even said that is worrying.
I can already tell you. I mean, just being on when somebody almost overdosed on
Well, then don't watch him no more. That's all I can tell you.
I was on the
Just
panel
don't
trying to
watch
help. We were trying to get her information and all that stuff. And while we're getting,
I'm frustrated that you even
someone
keep
else's
speaking about
podcast.
him.
You know, if I mean, it falls short on me that you would go on an adult-oriented
I was already
podcast
on there
where
when
they're
it was
doing
happening.
adult
I'm the one who
comedy
found out that she
and
was
talk
overdosing.
about somebody's feelings. I mean,
You are so triggered by Tony Dodge. Like that's all you think about that a lot. Like
I'm just
why
trying
does
to tell
sarcasm
people that
bother
he's
you so
not a
bad?
good person. That's all.
it's comedy, son. He doesn't mean it. It's funny. Ha ha, comedy.
So it was comedy to bring somebody up on full screen while she's overdosing on a.
It's his fault she did that. Why was she in there? What?
She was. We were all having a civil conversation
So
about.
did you leave once you were offended by it and never go back?
No, I didn't. I tried to help. I tried to help.
You need to let it go, son. You just need to let it go. It's nothing. It means nothing. It doesn't sure as hell mean
shows a
anything.
character of somebody.
I don't care what Tony does. I absolutely, positively don't care.
Shows
He can do anything he wants on his channel.
It
He's an
doesn't
adult.
benefit me to say this or yes or no, but I'm just saying like his character is it's not
Well,
bringing
I
up
would
super
question
chats
your
where the girls
character. I would
overdosing
question your
on
character
screen.
if you're there watching. If it's that
I was
bad, if
I
it's
was
so
trying-
bad that
You
it
can go
speaks
back
to
to the
his
stream and listen
character
and watch.
and
We were
you're
trying
there
to get our name.
participating, what's that say about you?
Debbie, I was trying to freaking help. Wait, what did it say about me? That I was trying to help get this.
So you
girl
went there to
freaking
rescue
medical
a girl.
attention.
You
Cops
weren't
showed
there.
up on the literally on the live stream. We got
Dude,
cops there.
Listen,
we found out her
it's
first
falling
last
short.
name, perhaps.
Nobody's buying it. The general
It's
consensus
on his
is-
page still. Nobody's buying it. It's on his
My
page still.
goodness. The horror.
Listen, he's not done anything wrong except for the only thing he's done is taken up for himself and been sarcastic to the idiocracy. Seriously,
I'm saying
like
I agree with that. I'm not saying that's.
So then what is your problem?
Tony on
It's the other
Tony's
stuff he's done
podcast. Don't come
before
on my
that.
podcast trashing Tony. I don't want to hear it, man. I just don't. I don't care what he does. I just
the man literally took up for himself.
We're not
That's
talking
all.
about that. What are you talking about? I'm talking about
You're so obsessed with Tony Dodge.
Horrible.
But what
Like,
does that
why
have to
can't
do
you just
about
drop it?
Kylie, bro? Like, what does that have to do about Upchurch? Like, nobody
We're not
gives a
talking
fuck.
about Upchurch.
Like,
We're not
really,
even
nobody
talking
gives
about
a shit.
This ain't the Bash Tony hour. It's just
Yeah,
not.
but this ain't about
Start
Tony,
your
bro.
own. You got a
This ain't-
camera. You got
nobody
a
gives a
camera and a
fuck.
computer. Start
What
your
do you
own
mean? I've had
podcast
my
that's better than
freaking
his.
camera on before.
Start your own podcast that's better than his. That's just
What are you
and right,
talking about? This has nothing to
perfect,
do with this
and
podcast.
above it all.
I work for a podcast, a sports one. It has nothing to do with that. I'm just telling
Well,
you right
dude,
now, he's not a
I'm
good
going to
person.
warn you one more time. You mentioned
But you
Tony's
can't
name
say that he's
again,
not a
you're
good
gone.
person because you don't know him.
All right. Deuces, Babs. He's Tony Dodge sucks dick. Peace.
So do you.
Kick him out of here, guys.
He wants to be
What
Nate
the
Diaz
hell?
so bad.
Sorry,
People
Christy.
need
He
to
is
respect the
triggered.
I mean, what a baby. What a see what I mean? This Gen
Grown
Z is
people.
just- I got real concerns with guys like him that go and watch something to be offended and then build a monster.
Well, they have nothing else in their life to do, clearly.
Right. It's because they got it too good. Mom's paying all the bills. They don't have a job. They have no bills. They have no worries. They have no pressure. And they're just fucking bored to death. So they invest themselves in somebody else's life. Damnedest thing I've ever seen. Why would anybody care what someone else is doing on an adult podcast? That's
What
adult
happened
comedy?
what happened to the days where if you didn't like something, you just ignored it?
No
Yeah,
kidding.
that doesn't exist
I don't
anymore,
get it, man.
unfortunately.
That's the way
It's
I grew
damnedest
up.
thing I've ever seen.
Same.
Why watch it if you don't like it? That's the thing I can't get. That's like, to me, he's saying to me, I hate that book, but I keep reading it.
He's literally just looking for something to be unhappy about.
Exactly. That's what I said, a false monster. They create false monsters. They look for something to be outraged over. They literally look for something.
Yeah,
Miserable
they're looking
people
for
need
something
it.
to compare Ryan Upchurch to, you know, because they can't find anything of validity, so they got to create a fake monster to get mad about something.
Yeah.
Because, you know, Ryan Upchurch is actually hurting people. Tony Dodge making a fucking joke is only hurting himself and his credibility. And who gives a fuck?
That's what I'm saying. How has Tony Dodge being sarcastic why is people trying to make that a bigger deal than Ryan saying a dead girl
Here's
is
what's
fake
funny. You got a
and
guy
her family
like
wants
that.
money for it?
Now, let me just say this. You got a guy like that comes in here and just is stuck on how offensive Tony Dodd is when there was Ryan Upchurch going, she's a whore. She killed that child. They was going to sell her and traffic her. They're selling child porn. I found that to be massively offensive. Massively offensive. And I haven't heard one of you cucks offended by it. Boy, you're offended by everything else. You're offended by me responding to a troll with sarcasm. You're offended by that. Oh my God. You're offended by me telling a mother she ought to be out there doing damage control, but you're not offended at people making fun of Zanime's mother for coming on here crying, begging it to stop. You're not offended by Ryan Upchurch attacking an innocent girl and slaughtering her reputation and her meaning. You're not offended by Ryan Upchurch doxing a 15-year-old.
Or
You're
his
not
mother
offended by
supporting
Ryan
him
Upchurch
doing that.
saying this child was fake. But boy, you're sure offended by everything else.
Yeah, not offended by his mother supporting all of the idiot things that he said.
It's ridiculous. I just it's like dealing with children, man.
Yeah.
Offended over some words and not concerned over a 14-year-old that has to go to bed at night wondering if some weirdo is going to come to her house and do something crazy. You know, it's a fucking clown world these people live in.
It is. It is. So we're approaching the 11 o'clock hour. I was on here too long last night, and I actually woke my grandson up and all that. I'm not going to do that again. So I know a lot of people are waiting on part 2. So we're going to get into that. And if you didn't watch the end of last night's podcast, the last 10 minutes, you're not going to be up to speed. But where did I leave off? She
got
had me arrested. She had me arrested, and she had me arrested for breaking the door her daughter broke. And so I filed for a divorce. Never went back. Filed for a divorce and left town for my job the next day. Told the court not to serve the papers till I got back on Wednesday so I could do any, be there to do damage control if need be. And somehow that got mixed up, and they delivered the papers that Friday, and I was in Miami. And by the time I got home, she liquidated everything I owned. I had a barn that I had rented storage space in it, and there was a farmer had a tractor stored in there, and a guy had a boat stored in there, and a guy had a classic car stored in there. And she sold the tractor to her father. She sold a tractor that didn't belong to her to her father. And he tried to sue me for it. That's another story that I'm not going to get lost on here. But that's how whacked out of her mind she was. She was not only suffering brain damage from an aneurysm, but she had now been abusing pain medication for about 5 years, pretty heavily. I was in a loveless relationship. She had no sex drive at all when she got out of the hospital with that. I had to take care of her 2 children and my 2 children I had with her. And needless to say, I met somebody about 2 months later and fell head over heels because I was starved for affection. I hadn't had any real affection from anybody in a long time. I actually hadn't had sex in quite a while. So I felt like a teenager again and fell in love right away. Her job, she made a lot more than me. And her job was transferring her to Mississippi. So I made the tough decision to leave a job I had been at for a long, long time and pursue another career in that area so that she could pursue her career. She had a 4-year degree in marketing, and she was a marketing manager for a fencing company. So anyway, I'm head over heels. I moved to Mississippi with her. We get a house together, and we're just living together. And as far as I knew, she was on birth control. I took a job working for an Air Force colonel that owned several Midas stores. And he wanted me to manage them all. And that guy thought the sun rose and sat in my ass. He just, he would tell me all the time, this is the first time since I've had these stores that I didn't have to worry about them. And I did not know she was an alcoholic. She had been hiding it the whole time. Now, I don't drink. I've never had a taste for alcohol because my dad was an alcoholic, and I just despised what drunk people are like. Now, I will drink, but I haven't been drunk since I was a teenager. But I will drink a beer to be social, but it doesn't go beyond that. But she would come home from work 9, 10, 11 o'clock, just fucking smashed. Pissing her pants drunk. Literally peed her pants drunk. And then her drinking would start with, it would be very jolly. Everything's good. Life's wonderful. To nitpick, to belligerency. And you could just set your watch to it. You would see it start. As soon as she started getting jolly, I already knew, well, here it comes. And a lot of times I would leave. I bought me a bass boat, and I just lived out on the water when I wasn't working, stay away from her, till I could try to figure out how the fuck I'm going to get out of this mess. Because I had, just tried to start my life over. Working one of the best jobs. This job was awesome. Loved it. And so next thing you know, she's pregnant. And I'm already paying $236 a week in child support to my first wife. So I didn't want to be doing that again. So I lied to myself and told myself I can put up with it. It'll get better. And so I married her. And the baby was 1 month old when I came home from work one day, and everything I owned was packed up, sitting out in the driveway. And she was belligerently drunk, and the baby's laying in the crib. And I'm looking for a solution. You know, I don't have any family to rely on. These episodes happened once a month. My shit would be boxed up, some wild blow up. She was belligerently drunk one night, and I just wanted to leave. As soon as I got home, I thought, I'm not staying. So I go to leave. She takes my keys. She goes running down the driveway, falls down, scratches up both her elbows, calls the police, tells them I pushed her down, and they arrest me. So now this is the second time I've been arrested for something I didn't do. So I left and went back home, back to Ohio. And she convinced me to come back. So I went back. The guy, thank God, said, you got your job back, no problem. And within a month, her job transferred her back to Wisconsin. And I was just going to stay there. I'd made up my mind. I was staying there. But then I thought, man, do I want to be divorced again and paying child support, you know, for another kid? So I decided to go to Wisconsin to see if I could fix this marriage. And that guy, he thought enough of me. He offered to buy me a house if I would just stay there. And I should have stayed there. When I got to Wisconsin, she left. She hired movers, or her company rather, paid for her to have movers relocate her. And I rented a U-Haul and hauled all my shit up there to a house she owned. And the second day I was there, I was told to get the fuck out. So I rented an apartment and set out to try to fix this marriage. And you know, I worked on it for a year. And she convinced me to move back in. And I did. And 1 week later, I came home to all my shit sitting in the driveway. Again. So I packed my shit up and came back to Ohio. And she never allowed me to see my child, know my child. She was just full of spite because she didn't get the last word. She stalked me. She would come all the way here from Wisconsin and sit across the street with the kid in the car. And he just called me the other day, and he's a musician, really good musician. I'll talk to you guys later. Good night.
Good night, everyone.